your bad vibes. This life's a state of mind. They talk the talk, but we walk the walk. They tell us that we're wrong, but we stay mellow, mellow. Living this life like rebels, don't give them the time of day. We stay away, yeah, we're pushing through the struggle. But the voices in the shadows, they echo. Everybody stops and stares at what we do, but we stay true. You don't have to understand, 'cause it's my high. So be gone with your bad vibes. This life's a state of mind. But the voices in the shadows, they echo. Everybody stops and stares at what we do, but we stay true. You don't have to understand, 'cause it's mine. So be gone with your bad vibes. This life's a state of mind. There's a feeling in the air tonight. Take a long deep breath of our good vibes. Yeah, we bring nothing short of a good time. So let's ride. We got people to satisfy. But the voices in the shadows, they echo. but the voices in the shadows, they echo, echo, echo. Everybody stops and stares at what we do, but we stay true. You don't have to understand, 'cause it's my high. So be gone with your bad vibes. This life's a state of mind. Voices in the shadows, they echo, echo, echo. Everybody stops and stares at what we do, but we stay true. You don't have to understand, 'cause it's mine. So be gone with your bad vibes. This life's a state of mind.
Okay, well, good morning, my friends. Looky, looky, looky. Let's go to Bluetooth. Good morning, my friends. Looky, looky, looky. It's not going to work like that. I have to turn it. That's right. Let's turn it. Is it going to work? Okay. It says we're telling your followers that you started a live video. Okay, let's get it going here. Okay. Yeah, this is tuning in. Oh, looky, looky. The basement shenanigans girl has joined. Hello, cousin. The FANG. Cousin, how are you doing this morning? Have you slept yet? That's right. I think I should switch my phone around. I won't be looking at the camera today. Hello, guys. Trying some new things here. Let's try this. Maybe this will work better. Yeah. I'm moving camera around. I don't know if it's going to stick. I'm trying new apparatus. What are you doing? There we go. Okay, that's not going to work. You can't see my eyes. What's going on? What day is it? I know, right, cousin? Good day. That's not going to work there. Maybe I go back to old. Sorry, guys. I might have to go back to the old rig. My old rig here. I tried something on fly real quick. Sorry. Getting going. Hello, Dutch girls. What else? Bob's Buds has joined. Hello, you guys can't see my eyes. All right, let's try this. Let's go back to the original. Sorry, guys. Impromptu style this morning. Oh. Okay. It's working? Yeah, it's working. Get rid of that. Okay. All right. Let's try again. What's going on there? What day is it? The legend of Capno Batai? Capno Batai. Dutch girl 420. Well, good morning, cousin. How are you doing? Putting me Kush Bomb in flour tomorrow. Oh, the Kush Bomb's going into flour. All right, cousin. Excellent. I'm not growing right now. I've given up. Just kidding. I had a catastrophe with the clones. Not really. Hello, Lily Garros. Good morning, my friends. I'm salivating as we this morning hit the salivating on the mic here. Oh, looky. The Hell Michigan Farms has joined. Cousin, how are you doing, my friend? Good morning. Are you going to the game, or was that yesterday? I don't keep track of the sports here, but I know you're a big U of M fan. I see you. I saw your reel this morning, too. By Christmas tree. I like your Christmas tree. You stopped growing? Well, temporarily, cousin. I'm in a holding pattern. I have to do a reset. I have been in trim gym, working out, guys. That's right. That's right. Hold on. Yeah, guys, I should probably kick things off officially here on Facebook and YouTube because they've been watching the behind-the-scenes camera that you guys could see maybe right up there somewhere. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, so let's get to it, guys. Let's get this show on the road. Yeah, I'll let you know what's going on about to grow and all sorts of things. I have all sorts of goodies to lay down for you, unbox, whatever. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to 1. If you don't know about it, you guys should, and now you will. You need to go to Facebook or YouTube if you've never been, and you can check out a full production value of studio. That's right, guys. I'm here in the Cousin's live stream studio, in the bunker, as I call it. Hello, Smileys and Tommy's Terps. And yeah, so I'm going to kick off the show, guys. It's going to be a good one. I have an impromptu guest that's supposed to show up remotely, guys. So anyhow, here we are. Ouch. Almost knocked down one of my gifts. Okay, so yeah, if this is first time tuning in, hi, I'm Cousin Nikolai, your cannabis cousin. That's right. And this is the Cannabis Evangelist Network. And this is episode 37 and of my simultaneous live streams to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And yeah, this is going to be an impromptu guest. If you can read the slate, then you'll know ahead of time. Here we go. Action. It's official. I know. Thank you very much. Put that away. Okay, guys. So yeah, what's going on? I'll tell you. John Deere Gary. John Deere Gary, guys. It's true. He's joined. Hello, cousin. How are you doing, my friend? The Ure DuPont has joined. Carla Rivas Plata, .5. My dear, how are you doing all the way from Peru? Oh, you had the most excellent family wedding I saw. That's great. Congratulations to you and the family and, of course, the bride and groom. Okay, yeah. Congratulations. It's wonderful. Big family. All right. Someday we will meet, my dear. All right. Ooh. Yes, let me get drink. Oh, yeah. Yeah, big things are happening. Yeah, so guys, I had to do a reset. Had some clones going over here in the clone tent, seedling tent, and yeah, take them from the clones that got too big, and anyhow, it just got away from me. I couldn't keep up, and because I had to flower so long, and I don't have separate areas. I basically had to take clones from the bigger clones because I was done topping them so much, and yeah, it was time to either transplant, and I had no room for them, so I had to take some clones, and I made a mistake, guys. I don't know if you know, but. Yeah, I've been using humidifiers, and normally I've been using the distilled, not distilled, but like purified RO water, right? And I got a little bit bothered by having to fill up the big humidifiers all the time, bring these big water bottles downstairs that I thought it would be a-okay to use the I have the tap water, but I have a anti-chlorine filter I use for outside, for the outdoor garden. I bring that indoor and I start using that in the humidifiers, but it is hard water, guys. And then after using for a month or so, I noticed, what is this white powder that is on everything? All this powder everywhere. It's like on the leaves and then I like dawn on me. I look at the humidifier and then where the smokestack comes, this stack that comes out, it's like buildup of white powder. So I realized, it's coming from the water. So yeah, needless to say, I've been running these, non-chlorinated tap water in the humidifiers, trying to save myself some trouble. But I've created much more problems, guys. And now, so I think that's what did something to my clones. And then I do the overwatering again in the clones, and they go do 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 wah wah. What do? They do this. Yeah, they do that, and they go like this. And so I was talking to some of the gurus of growing that I've been relying on, Michael FANG in particular, and the other night, and he said, why not just start over and go from seed? And then I said, well, I don't want to go from seed and start all the way over. I wanted to, have a jump start with the clones. And then he's like, well, if you start bringing clones in now, cousin, you're going to bring in even more problems than your white, powdery, hard water from the humidifiers. Hello, everybody that is joining. Thank you very much. The Chico Pigs Barbecue. Chicow Pigs Barbecue has joined. Thank you, cousin. Fighter new breed, Grassashu at South Coast has joined. South Coast. Farmito, Joy Chanedo has joined. Am I saying that? Chacanedo. I can't say things. Bowser Flowers. Hi, cousins. Anyhow, yeah, so I was using the the non-RO water and the humidifiers and left powder everywhere, white powder. And so now I'm going to have to do a thorough reset and cleaning, guys. Like even in the oscillating fans, I know there's white powder all over them inside the fan blades. And it's just terrible. So rather than continue and put these into potentially contaminated environment, I'm going to do the proper thing and clean them thoroughly, all the tents and areas. Yeah, so we'll be doing a reset and get going back at it at the first of the year, guys. I will be popping some, I don't know what yet. I was talking to Michael. I really want to get some strains of my own going and, work with them. And, so I have my favorites been the Mona Lisa and Aqua that I grew because that's all I grew. And I'll tell you, this fourth or fifth time around with a set of clones that I take from the main ones, looking quite prehistoric, guys. It's great. In fact, I have some right here, guys. You wanted to see? Do you? Of course you do. Well, I will show you. Right here is plant number 1 that I trimmed. Right here, guys. In the Grove bag. Or groove bag. I call it Grove bag. Grove? It's groove bag because it's 1-0, right? I don't know. But it's got the patented Terplock technology, guys. Do you know about the Grove bags? Do you? Well, I will tell you. They're most excellent, guys. I guess. I wouldn't really know. It's the first time using them, but I certainly like the design and packaging. It says it has Terplock technology. It's made in the USA. I like that. And weight retention, mold prevention, and terpene preservation. I like it. Yeah, guys. And so yeah, that's one plant right there, and I'll give you the numbers. So if you have followed along with your cousin Nikolai, maybe not. I haven't posted any pictures from the grow areas, pseudo grow areas in a while, but if you go back on my page, if you're really interested, you go down and find the gallery post, photo gallery posts of the areas and see what I did. So this is coming out of the pseudo grow area, which are the the four little areas I have. I have a AC Infinity 2x4x6 foot tent. I have an AC Infinity 2x3x5 foot tent. And then I have two little areas side by side that I call the cubby and shower area. And yeah, so I'm growing in there, and it's basically, I call it one light per area. And I basically have calculated the way that I'm running things. I just call that area like one, I consider it one big light for all those 4 rooms. So, like you're trying to get 2 pounds per light or 3. That's what I consider. But anyhow, somewhere around that. But here's the start of it, guys. This is plant number 1 of the aqua genetics from the genetic designer, Michael FANG himself. And yeah, this is 152 grams or 5.361 ounces off one plant, guys. 5.361 ounces off one plant under, which I don't, yeah, one plant. To be honest, I don't know if this came out of the shower area or the cubby area. Anyhow, I should have made better notes. So anyhow, that's the beginning. And then, where else is it? Hold on, I'll stand by. Because I'm trying these different, who's that? Somebody's trying to join? Oh, Fang was trying to join. Okay. Hi. Okay, Fang is joining, guys. Is he joining? Accept. Okay. Yeah, so then I got right here, guys. Ah, looky.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, cousin. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing well. Just enjoying your morning live and looking like you got some beautiful buds over there. Wanted to say hello.
You know it's true. Thanks to you and your genetics. It's, well, as long as you don't really, how can you go wrong when you have good genetics? But you can go wrong, because I did a bunch of times, but I made it through, and this is the last run of it. And yeah, it's here.
Well, don't let me interrupt you. Keep talking.
So yeah, here I'll have to go back.
Tell us about the aqua. How's it smell? How's it smoke?
Man, I'll tell you what. It's wonderful. I'll open up one of the jars. I'm showing an example today for all the newbies if they ever watch this, because I record these things, and they go on YouTube and Facebook. And it's wonderful this time around, cousin. You can see by the color that last time, my first time doing it with the Mona Lisa and Aqua, I had my lights up too high, and I didn't realize what I was doing. Right, I fried them. I radiated the plants. I overcooked them, so they really did not have. I took the green right out of them. I fried them. It looked like you saw the end result. They smoked okay because I flush and all that, but I really did fry all the pistils or little hairs right off of it. Mm-hmm. So this time around, I did not. And so the smell and the flavor is so much different. It is truly, it's very much more sweeter this time. And but it's got that gas to it. It's in there, right? The diesel. I smell it, but oh man, really, it makes my what it is, taste buds or the salivation glands, they really start to juice up in the back of the throat. You know what I'm talking about?
Definitely, man. It's got the aquas. It's packed with some heritage. It has gelato, so that's gonna give you the candy terps that is pretty much, at this point, like pretty foundational to what, like, all the good strains out there. And then shout out to Sherbinski. And then there's also Triangle Kush. There's Cherry Pie Kush. There's OGKB. There's our Joseph OG. which has sour diesel and OG in it. So you're really looking at a long line of just like the most heirloom genetics that most people may not like truly have ever even experienced, like some of these original heirlooms, because they're so rare that like unless you know just a handful of people, like you're probably not even smoking.
It's what I've come to understand, spending time with you in this past year or so. I knew a little bit about it, heirloom genetics. You hear these terms, but to really hear the backstory on each and every one and where they came out of and the breeders, that are responsible for a lot of them, back in the day, right? Didn't even want to be known. So many of the cuts that you have spoken about before are from some really OG, like that's even not even the right term because those guys are pre-OG before that term was even around. You know what I mean? That we're growing in the hills back there, up there in the, the triangle. But anyhow, I don't want to get off track. Go ahead.
Yeah. Keep going. No, keep going. What were you?
Such a history lesson is what I wanted to end with. There is a history lesson, and there really needs to be I'm sure there probably already is, but there needs to be a book. I want to find a book of just lineage, and someday that will happen because, look where we're at now, right? There's so many crosses and so many different breeders that may or may not be keeping track, making note, or paying homage to the people that are responsible. But yeah, it's like it used to be just a couple strains, right? What is this, crossed with? Now it's like you just laid it down for us with this aqua. There was like 6, 7, and 8 strains, right? Inside its lineage.
Yeah.
Right. So anyhow, it's quite crazy. You see on Instagram, everybody, there's so much excellent flower, and then there are so much not so excellent flower. You can see the difference if you come across the right people, especially like yourself, Michael, and the people. Oh man. Anyhow, I'm getting so excited because last night I stay up till 1:30 in the morning to try to get. I only got 3 of the 4 plants done. I get a little sidetracked in between trimming, and but I ended up with 3 plants trimmed, and this is what I got so far. First plant right here. I can show everybody. You guys should go to Facebook or YouTube and see the full production value because you really see what's going on. But this is 5.361 ounces, 152 grams that I've got in this thing they call the groove bag. You know about these, Michael? I'm sure you've seen these. The groove.
Yeah, tell me about them.
Well, I guess they're these bags. They're like giant high-end Ziploc. I don't know. They're like proper plastic, but they have patented technology, which is they call Terplock. Yeah, so apparently this bag somehow, don't ask me how, but it allows it to have proper like humidity control or whatever. I thought that's what it was saying. Like
I've heard of something like that, but
right, like this one right here.
So it breathes?
I guess that's what I would like to have one of them on the show to really explain to me. I mean, I could read through their website, but I'm not going to do that now. It's not an infomercial. But this one, look at this fancy bag. It's got its graphics of the plant leaves. I like it. This will fill up to 2 ounces, and it says right in the corner, guys. You see it backwards. I hope you can read backwards on the Instagram. But 58% to 60%, 2% humidity it's supposed to keep it at. So apparently it does. It holds weight retention, mold prevention, terpene preservation. And this is not a paid ad. I reach out to them. I said, hi, I'm Cousin Nikolai. Check me out. I could use your bags. I'm doing a harvest. I hear they're excellent. They said, sure, cousin, we'll send you some. So they sent me everything. Even have a giant bag that I will fill up. But so back to it. This right here is 5.361 ounces. Then, the old school way of doing it, right, Michael? You're familiar with this when you got a lot is the big turkey bags, right? The oven bags. I know that those guys they call the trappers that are really moving weight or whatever. This is what was traditional, right? It's like a staple, industry staple, I guess.
Oh, is that your turkey bag?
Yeah, my turkey bag. I have it big rolled up.
You got it rolled up like a scroll.
I got it rolled up like I slept with it, cousin. Just kidding. But then, of course, the one of the old school ways, the mason jar, which I remember one time you tell me weed's not meant to be in jars. And I thought that.
Oh, no. Okay.
You know, I know. But that was a good.
It's not meant to be jarred too early.
Oh.
We can be jarred.
Sure.
It's just most people jar their weed when it's still moist.
Oh, my Lord. So
and that's what kills the terp.
Yeah, well, I didn't screw up drying it this time, guys. I have a really good dried room out in the garage that just holds a good temperature and humidity range kind of pretty much on its own with a little supplemental help. And I tell you what, wow, it dried so good. So it was a good trim. And you think it's too dry sometimes, and you're quite surprised. It is not. I mean, I thought, oh, no, I let it go too long. But, hey, you want to see one of the big ones, guys? Of course you do. Oh, maybe it is. It just broke off a little bit. Maybe it is just a bit too dry. But, yeah, this is a big chunk just fell off the side right here.
So, right now the humidity outside is like 25.
Yeah, 30%. Right. There's no humidity.
Yeah.
And so I had to add.
The way you
go ahead.
No, it's basically like when you realize like your bud texture is a reflection of the humidity in your environment. So if that bud is too dry, and when it's dry, it is harsher to smoke. You can raise the humidity or bring into an environment like your veg garden that's like, say, closer to 50. Leave that exposed to that fresh, like, stomata humidity, essentially, like, smells better in the bedroom, That humidity will soften your bud and bring it to that, like, 45-55%, and it'll smoke a lot. Really nice.
Well, I took your advice after the last conversation, and I brought back up one of my smaller humidifiers into my indoor drying area because it's way too dry, and I put it on, and just to soften them up a bit before I go to do a trim on those because they looked a little too brittle. And anyhow, this is for me, so it's no foul, but get to be careful. But the smell is great. So I have 3 different ways I am like kind of storing it right now because I could only buy so many mason jars. I can only, you drop one of those and you could have a problem. And I've got a nice little area in my downstairs. Who's trying to join? Oh, sorry, Roulette 6118. I can't bring on everybody right now because then conversations go really all over the place. And I'm waiting for. I'll let you be surprised too, Michael. But one of our cousins, very well, will be joining us for a remote impromptu here any moment now. But,
awesome.
Yeah, you'll get a kick out of that. It'd be like a nice little get together after Thanksgiving. But so moving on. So that let me go back to it. So I had 5.361 ounces in that Terplock bag or Groove bag. I have 4.373. 124 grams in this in the oven turkey bag here. That's the smallest plant so far. And then the last plant I trimmed last night that took forever, it was the biggest so far, 167 grams, 5.890 ounces. It giving me a total for 3 plants of 15.624 ounces. Not bad.
Good shit.
Not bad for growing in little tents, right? I mean, it's not 2 pounds per light, but I did.
Not bad for your, 4th grow?
Yeah, I'd say it's my 4th grow. I mean, it was really the 3rd, but with the perpetual keeping things going, I started popping these genetics of yours, the seeds, February 9th, guys, almost 1 year ago, February 9th. I popped the Aqua and Mona Lisa. I didn't do it. I did a little bit of a pheno hunt, but I kept a lot of them. I kept the strongest, but I didn't keep the strongest. I kept more than just the strongest. And then I find the strongest, and I do some clones for it. But as I went going through it, I was making mistakes. So I never really felt like I got the plant optimally until this last time
Right.
around. Last time around, I only had a little bit of an issue in the very beginning, well before flower, made the corrections. So by the time I got into flower, I was A-okay, and she really took off. And yeah, anyhow, and my environments were okay.
It's interesting how they always grow differently depending on just these minute changes and how you can just become better.
Everything does. I had 4 little areas, and each plant was a little bit different. You know, I had 2 tents running, the AC Infinity lights in their tents, and then I had 2 the cubby and shower running those photon techs. And I can't say that it was mostly the environment that was the biggest factor. And each little area is its own little biosphere, if you will. You know, the way it gets the humidity. So anyhow, it's not bad though. And most problem I have though is all that frickin' beard hair. Beard hair everywhere, Michael. It's a good thing I got rid of that mess. I look back on some of the reels and I think, geez, why were you hanging out with me? I thought I looked really homeless. But anyhow, you don't have to answer that. We have a lot of comments here below. Hey, the Cutting Edges Solutions has joined. Hello, cousin. Flower Puffs 420. Hi. It's our cousin from the Organic Cup, you know, and the Bananas Millions, right? Or Dependables, right? Basement Blooms. So Gray Sky Forever. Hey, guys. I see all of you. Thank you. Yeah. Anyhow, what time is it? It's right on time. All right. Yeah. We got a lot of people that joined us. I lost you. You muted, cousin. There you are.
Oh, I was saying there's a good crowd this morning. Yeah, you got Bold Pusher, Fire New Breed, Mr. Big Cloud.
Oh, I missed them. Oh, Bull Pusher, Mr. Big Cloud. Oh, yeah. I'd like to. Mr. Bull Pusher is one of the guys I'd like to have on one of these mornings and talk about the glass, right? There's another education for everybody, history lesson, and I really need somebody at his level to really guide us through it, right, Michael? I know you know quite a bit.
Definitely.
But it would be good.
I would definitely have Drew on to talk about glass. And it's funny because I met him on the Medical Mondays podcast as a guest, and he happened to be on as a guest too. And it was the first time I got to hear his story. And yeah, he definitely for sure.
Legendary here in Michigan, no doubt. What they're doing, Michigan Glass Project, and bringing in all the killer blowers or groups. What do they call them? Like little glass companies or what did he? I know collectives. He calls them collectives, like Urban Pheasant Glass, and there's a bunch of them. I know, of course. They know. I don't know enough, but I've got the books, and I'm starting to breed through them. This is a pipe and all that stuff. Bull Pusher. I had heard of you long before meeting you, Mr. Fang. Of course you have. The reputation precedes itself, no doubt. I didn't, and I was clued in by a great person here. I dream of terpenes on the gram, and anyhow, he turned me on to you and told me he gave me the tickets to your third eye gathering.
And we met at the Russell, which is where Drew kind of bases a lot of his projects out of.
Yeah,
the MGP. And so it's like all like full circle. And the Third Eye Gathering, the whole mission was to create a luxury kind of like all-inclusive event focused on like a glass experience, you know, and bring heady glass to more of a consumption mainstream kind of experience. And yeah.
It was killer. No, it was the first place. That was the invitation that was went out to I Dream of Terpenes, and he gave it to me. So yeah, that's that. I whispered in your ear, "Hi, I'm Cousin Nikolai," and yeah, the rest is turning out to be history in the making, so to speak.
And now you got more weed than you could smoke.
Yeah, no doubt, cousin. I was looking at it like I've got stockpiles now. so to speak. I got some jars. It's like people that can and jar provisionings, I feel like I have a plethora um, of cannabis, but I have to broaden the strains now. I've got a lot of Aqua and Mona Lisa. My first batch of Mona Lisa, I couldn't share with anyone because I didn't do it justice, so I smoke it myself. But it's still good. It still has a good, it's genetics, right? And it has that backbone of the smell, the guava, and it smokes A-okay for me. And but I'm not going to put it up next to everybody, like especially for what's coming up. It's the Sunshine Grown Cup that Country Roots is putting on, right? He's putting. Have you
The
seen
sun
that?
grown.
Yeah, the Sun Grown Cup or something coming up here in December. If you don't know, you should, and now you do. Check it out. Big shout out to the Chris and family at the Country Roots. He was on the fucking Talking Shit with Eagle just the other night. Smiley's was hosting. He was hosting.
Yeah, Chris is amazing. Chris has been huge supporter of the Organic Cup and Gage Green Group throughout the years, and been a sponsor, and has gifted me his early prototypes of his Vortex Revitalizer. So it's pretty. I'm a huge fan of everything Chris has been putting on, and all his projects have been incredible, rooted in natural farming and doing things correctly. And I'm a huge supporter.
It's great. Yeah, no doubt. We have to support everyone that is doing the things well. And he's certainly a proponent of the regenerative growing that is so important, organic, the beneficials. And he is doing some great things here in Michigan, and certainly being an entrepreneur and small business and a family man. We want to support them, especially here in the cannabis community. We know how tough times are for everyone in this day and age. So yeah, you definitely want to shop local and source your things from the farmers, their food, their vegetables, whatever. We really need to build that community and network it. And you could have like they like they do in so many different ways. You could have distribution routes, and we can have hubs, right, where people are bringing stuff from west side or north part of the state, and you get into these hubs that are different areas, and people can still pick up. And I know there are some most excellent people that are canning and jarring, on the regular, and they should really bring that to market to help some of us that don't have the time or the ability to do so, and give us an ability to buy some your peaches or.
What I just picked up is a vacuum sealer for mason jars, and so basically they're like $20-$30, but they will create a vacuum seal on a wide mouth or narrow mouth jar lid. So you know how it'll, you have to pull it hard to pop it, pulling just enough of the oxygen out of the jar, which makes sense to me. Like a vacuum makes more sense than like injecting nitrogen, which to me has always been not the vibe. But to pull out some of the air out of a mason jar as part of the preservation technique is something that we're going to be implementing or testing.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen that. I've seen similar apparatus like that, but I've been following people on the gram, homesteaders and some of these women that are taking care of their families and their young ones on the farms or whatever, and they're doing that, and there's some great ones. But I bought a DVD set basically from one of these people years ago, and I'm only gotten through. I know enough about it, but I need to get all the. It's quite the process. Anyhow, so yeah, it's a great DVD, and you can you can jar anything. It can be preserved long term,
right?
From your meatloaf.
Everything should be.
You should be.
Like imagine being able to live for 6 months out of your root cellar. Essentially, that's true,
right?
Sustainability,
and you're really in control of what you're consuming. And I'll tell you what, man, as soon as I meet that partner, that mate that's on board. Oh, it's on. It's going to be full production over here. I'll be doing all the things she does not want to do, and she'll be doing the thing. Well, we're helping each other, of course, like you and the Amasteus, the Amy's Teas. I see her below. Someone down there asked where they could get your genetics. I'm sure Amy has already moderated for us. But yeah, if you don't know, you should. It's the genetic designer. Is it .io? But you go link in bio above on Cousin Nikolai. Whatever, bio above here.
Yeah, Cousin Nikolai is an authorized dealer. So anybody who wants to procure genetics from Seed Bank or Genetic Designer or is interested in any of the tissue culture on legit genetics can contact Cousin directly and you can pay him.
Yes. Go to link in bio above. Find the links in the Koji thing and go right to website. Just make sure to use coupon code COUSIN for your savings, and or reach out to me if you're confused by things. But that's all right. Thank you, Cousin. I appreciate that very much. All my links in my bio above for all the most excellent equipment that I've discovered, and I have affiliate ships, especially the AC Infinity brand. Big shout out to them. Like if you're a tent grower, pretty much they got everything you need. Except for seeds and soil, and that's where you go to see Michael, genetic designer, or Country Roots for your living soils. And soon Super Soil is going to be making for the people that like to amend along the way as well, instead of just water only. But they had a most excellent conversation about the water only, like you do, Michael. And you need a big enough pot to really make it through from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Right. But
I was just thinking about this last night. Like, you can grow water only if you grow a bunch of like little sprouts. But if you're growing trees, like a tree will take over a soil system and grow so many roots in it that literally there's just no more soil left. And that's the difference. Is like at a certain point, depending on how big that plant is, it might have overtaken the soil system and be completely like have digested all the nutrition in the soil. And then what do you do?
Right. So typically, just a lot of people, obviously most of the seasoned growers that are watching know this, but for the people that don't know and come across this recording later, a lot of people, you would start with like your smaller, you're transplanting from your seedling to your 1 gallon to a 5 gallon. A lot of people end up in 5 gallons, maybe 7 gallons for their areas. But yeah, if you're doing that, typically you want to be transplanting, right, just before flower, right, into a bigger pot, so that when you set it off into flower, it has all that new soil in that bigger area to. Yeah,
I think a good rule of thumb for me is that you want to aim to have a plant finish no larger than, like, the canopy size shouldn't be larger than the soil system that it's in. If it's larger, by the time you're done, you're going to see deficiencies. This isn't a water-only system. So you've got to start, like, a third of the size that you intended to end, and then, like, grow into the size of the pot. But that's, like, not as efficient. If it were me and the plant gets bigger, I would just continue to grow it, but I would supplement its nutritional needs, amending or feeding liquid nutrients, depending on the situation, to adjust for whatever, the plant might need. But usually, if you time it right and the soil system is nourished, water only is all you need.
Yeah. Well, I had the experience of making my pseudo super soil based off of the stuff I had, and I did not have enough nutrients in that soil, and it was obvious right away that they were deficient, and that's what I caught early on. But so I had to amend with some organic nutrients, and that's what I gave them through, as I just started watering a lesser, not full strength, but yeah. So even, you have to have good soil. I had big pots too. They just didn't have enough nutrients in them.
And usually, like 2 or 3 good rounds of feeding throughout the cycle is enough if your soil is well mended, just to keep up with that. You don't need to feed like too much, but just a little bit of a booster will keep you along.
Yeah, Smiley says for proper living soil nutrient cycling, I've heard a recommendation of a 30-gallon pot minimum. Yes, it's true. That's what the I Dream of Terpenes that he grows in tents, and he's growing in huge bags. And yeah, he's got his mixture of his super soil, and boy, does he do a good job.
So we're running 90 gallons under a light in a bed, it's about a foot of soil. And that is a good rule of thumb if you're trying to do beds.
Oh, nice. What do you have there, cousin?
This is just some of the new paperwork for the new Private Members Association, where we're featuring some of our headiest flowers from our indoor, and it's just some samples here.
Very
nice.
Nice.
Basically, like what we're trying to showcase is what it means to put your full intention into cannabis, and really focusing on the limited scale and the boutique and the hand touch that we're able to provide in the same way we, hand procure and hand select every single seed and focus on the aesthetics and tiger striping and ensuring, everything is natural and to our best abilities, I guess you could say, from beginning to end. We want to reflect that in our flower as well. And so essentially, like, we're making the case for what we believe is like a luxury cannabis brand. The idea that you can only achieve a certain level of quality if an individual such as myself puts all my love into a limited number of lights and is literally procuring each flower by hand, no machinery, or anybody that's not a trained professional is going to be able to handle or touch any of these flowers. We basically put our fullest intention into everything from the water to the soil to our thoughts while we're in the garden. And ultimately, in my mind, that respects a higher level of value. It takes a lot more intention and creativity to produce. So ultimately, you're going to see this logo, and it's the AAA, and it represents prosperity and health and unity, and something that I believe is a reflection of the flower that we produce. So anyways, yeah, I'm just looking at the new material. I'm going to have to send you some of the samples of the new flower so you can sample it yourself.
Oh, I look forward to that. Yeah, please do send me the information in that. I was thinking about that last night, Michael. I know we're near invested like you are with growing, with your your intentions and all that. But I was thinking last night as I trimmed all this by myself and how I didn't really even want any help because I wanted to make sure it was the way I wanted it to be, which is the best I think. Or, and I was thinking of the time and effort I'm putting into just this. And then I was thinking of all the people that before me have done much more. And I was just thinking of where how I came, when I was just chasing bags just for a Friday night, looking for that sack right now to have this opportunity and the work and effort that I put in from beginning to end, not to think the thought is, of planning out my areas, the equipment, putting it, and then here I am took so long, 4 runs, four sets of clones to get to this last bit of the flower that I finally feel like it's worth showing or smoking with someone. And then I'm trimming it, and I just can't see putting a value to that less, than it has to be more than just what I see sale prices in these dispos that are now like glorified 7-Eleven. Fast food
and at the same
cannabis.
Time, we have to come with that quality. We have to come with that firepower, and we have to come with the best of the best. Like, to put our name on it and to put it on the shelf. And I really appreciate that what you said about, waiting till you found and your quality was up to par with the level that you felt you can compete with. And that's, to me, what it's all about, is to put our very best forward and to represent this plant with our very best. It's truly a reflection of every moment you're in the garden, every thought that you put into it. And there's nothing more beautiful, I think, than cannabis as a reflection of someone's art or someone's expression. And I can't wait for people to be able to smoke Cousin Nikolai flower, and for you to continue to progress. And I'm very curious as to what you plan on popping next, or what kind of strains you want to grow next.
I've been thinking about that. For a minute there, I didn't even want to. It was, well, when you talk about when you go into your garden and the plants are a reflection of yourself, or just the intent that you put in. Early on, I had this sponsorship, and I was quite busy and running around and stressed out. And those plants did not turn out like the 4th generation of them. And somebody said that to me at one of the festivals, one of our cousins, and says, you're talking about your plants and the struggles you went through. And, you have to, how did you feel when you were around your plants all the time? And I was thinking about it. I was always stressed out, man. It was just like I was chasing my tails, had something to do before I could actually focus in on the plant. There was always building something out ahead of for the next run. So, but I go back to, and this person bring up the conversation, and I know you'll be able to help me out here with the, I believe he was an Asian. He did the water thoughts into water and ice, right? Talk to me about.
Oh yeah,
that guy.
Masaru Emoto.
Yeah, he was Asian, right?
Dr. Emoto.
Japanese, was it? Yakamoto? Japanese, right?
Japanese.
Yeah. And so I'll let you talk real quick. Don't go too long, but I mean, what's the basics of that? Because I wanted to talk, and then I'll segue into something else, but I'll let you touch on that real quick because you know more than I.
Yeah, we actually wrote an article about called Living Water, something like that. And basically it was published, actually it was denied in a bunch of magazines, and then we basically self-published it. I think Skunk Magazine ended up putting it online. And it's just, it ended up basically inspiring a lot of the Vortex water movements in cannabis. But essentially it's about how we don't really know much about water, and how most of the water that we're consuming and feeding our plants is kind of like is not alive, and it's been piped, and it's lost a lot of its energy, versus like the water that's coming out of a waterfall and complete like moving in the rainforest, where our water is dead essentially. But Dr. Emoto did a bunch of studies to study the power of intention and thought, and even like writing intentions on like on jar, I guess, like a sticker, and they would place it on a jar, like love and hate, and just through the energy of that note alone, it would change the structure of the crystals, And I mean, it's based on the idea that the water structure changes based on its environment. And so just like cymatics flows through water, and you see these beautiful, what you could describe as like snowflake-like living, moving images. Water is muddy and muddled when it's got bad frequency or bad harmonics, I guess bad is not the right word, but just like when things are not in balance. And so plants absorb water that's been treated with good energy, and that's the concept. So he was able to photograph these like microscopic crystals as they formed, and he was able to show that look how beautiful the crystals would appear when you place beautiful thoughts upon them. And so on all our reservoirs, and when you drink water, you're supposed to place your loving intention into it, and that changes the frequency, which is the name of the game.
Thank you for that. And that goes right into the electro culture and the reel that I just do from the Hazy Holes about using copper or different metal, basically the copper, right? And electro charging your soil and your plants through that. And in the comments, one of the excellent cannabis growers, our cannabis cousin, Savant Gardens, was kind of poking fun at it and said he had looked for some research and didn't find any. And I do a quick Google research. He must have been blocked or something, because like fourth, fifth article is this one. And I made a reference to it in the comments, but it was quite interesting. And it started out in the 1740s, I want to believe. A Frenchman was already electrocharging as I kind of quote him, he was impregnating the water with electricity. And he was sprinkling some sort of thing. But anyhow, it's no doubt our cousin Nikola Tesla knew of these forces and these frequencies. And all you have to do is look at, those people that send out the music frequencies, harmonic frequencies, and they do the patterns in the sand with the little ball or whatever it is, or the resonance, right? Whether it's the frequencies, right, or they do the ball, and you see the beautiful patterns it produces, right? So then you put on something like thrash metal and look at the patterns you get from that. It's no doubt. Come on.
Look at the way that people treat each other.
Right. Look at, man, put on some thrash metal. Makes me want to punch in face somebody.
No, I mean, I think that there's this good expression of, there's a way to express every like level of your chakras. In fact, actually, like when you meditate, the reason why we see mandalas in meditation and why it's part of like divine art is because the cymatics that play through our mind reflect imagery in a similar pattern. And so like there's a lot of beauty in all things. The whole idea of the earth being electrically charged makes a lot of sense, considering how every rock is piezoelectric. Any piece of silica, when pressurized, creates electricity. So that's partly why I put the crystals in the soil. I mean, like, if you're going to put any rock, you might as well put a crystal, but you really could just put a rock. And think about it, a plastic tub with just like loose medium is not a grounded entity. Like it just has no definition of groundedness.
Right.
So how do we change that?
Right.
How do we create?
That's why it's best to be just planted right in the ground of Mother Earth, in the soil, right? With everything that is electrically charged and if it's good soil, right? Not the Monsanto shit. But like going back, somebody is making comments about the grounding with the copper rods. But yeah, so let me spin off real quick. We have to get the T-Dog on. He's waiting, but I wanted to finish this conversation before we bring him on. So I follow somebody on the gram, and they're talking about this. And this is somebody, you may have heard of this, is the Kagan water systems. And they are actually, it's the living water. And you're right. It's not just enough to have.
Pagan thing, kind of like a cult.
It's
But
called. Well, everybody says that about everything, but yeah, like it's a. Yeah, but do you know what I mean about the idea of living water? But if you have tasted that water, it's no doubt living water. It's different. I have somebody that has the thing, and you have to have the water right out of the tap. If it waits 30 minutes, it's like now stagnant water. And you can have, like, I get RO water, and it's just sits in the containers, right? It's not moving. It's not. I feel like
no, in
mountain
fact,
spring
RO
water.
people would say is dead too. Like if it's been pushed through a filter, if it's been heavily pressurized, if it's been put through like pipes, those are like the definitions of how you kind of like take away the energy out of water, you know. And it makes a lot of sense to to put an electric charge through water. There's like a lot of different methods for revitalizing water. Like in biodynamics, there's I think 20 times or 60 times in one direction, and then 60 times in the other direction, and then vice versa. Creates the revitalizes water in the reservoir. Actually, I found that if you turn water in one direction and then you turn it in another direction quickly, at that moment, if you slow it down, you will see a physical manifestation of the yin and yang symbol. Because as water turns and then turns in another,
Right.
the outer layer captures it. And I photographed it a few times, but I think it's pretty incredible. And then you can also like put crystals in the water, and yeah, I mean these are some ways to we ferment our water, so it's constant living. It's full of bacterial life essentially.
So this is well, I'll make a couple real quick final points. So we go through all this trouble of proper soil and we're organics, but then you take city water. Hopefully most people are doing the RO, but I use some of the city water with a chlorinated filter, not RO, and I put it in humidifiers. So I have all this hard water, right? Deposits, the powder, and it gets on the leaves. And then I start to think, filter's
People are
not
drinking
get well shit. I'm not I don't drink that tap water. I get this, purified water from this store, luckily right by us. It's big water treatment system in the store. It gets rid of anthrax, it's like the best reverse osmosis.
Oh,
Plus,
cool, yeah. Water stores are always
it's proper business. He's been around for a long time. Anyhow, so it's better just than an RO system I would buy for my house, right? But anyhow, I've been so that's what I drink. But I was thinking of, if you're watering your plants with non-chlorinated water, that's the filter I've got, but it's not getting rid of fluoride, right? There's fluoride in the water,
no.
right? So
So
people are watering plants with fluoride, and then I am using it in my humidifier, and so a bit of this powder must have
you're
that
taking
fluoride.
showers in it,
right?
You're showering in it. You're washing your dishes in it. You're bathing. Yeah, again, bathing in it. Probably cooking in it. Probably. I'm not saying you're cooking in it, but you're probably cleaning your dishes in it. I would say I would highly recommend, and I have contacts. I mean, actually, no, not contacts. I'll help you build one. It's a whole house filter for less than $200. I can get you all the parts. We can get you the filter media. What you need is a 3-part whole house filter. Like it's essentially like a tall boy. I can get you the exact part numbers, but basically it's like a 6-inch filter. What it does is first you need a carbon filter, and then you need a bone char filter. Bone char actually takes away the fluoride, and then you want the KDF, and the KDF takes away most, I think, of the heavy metals and the chlorine and all that. You need that because we absorb so much through our skin that we actually absorb more through our skin than we do
right
through our consumption. Sometimes we're constantly absorbing our environment, so it's very important when you bathe for that water to be just as clean as the water you drink. and I'm saying this to everyone out there who's living in a municipality who's getting fluoridated water and chlorinated water. We wouldn't feed this to our plants. You can't feed it to your plants. So why would we touch it? Why would we make soups out of it? Why would we drink out of it? It's very, very important to know what your water is composed of, and to, at the very least, filter as much of it as possible before you even touch it. That's why I don't go out and eat. That's why I don't drink soups and things that are, and I try to avoid things like noodles and stuff, things that have been soaked in water. They have many, many times the limit of the fluoride that's in tap water. So people need to be aware of this, because fluoride is banned in like Europe. It's not used in most countries. Be highly, highly cautious. I have refused to touch municipality water for probably 10 years. And I won't say that I haven't touched water that has fluoride in it. Sometimes I will wash my hands. But the problem is, well, there's no problem. Do your best to avoid it, and you will be better off.
No doubt. If you don't know about that, you better look into fluoride. It's a byproduct of what industrial who cares?
Aluminum manufacturing.
Fucking industrial process is a byproduct, and they figured out a way to don't make me get into it. Lily Gross says, "Is the Earth flat?" Maybe. Anyhow, crystals in the soil is my kind of bougie, Mama Nug say. Let me go through it. Let me spin off of this. Great conversation as usual, Michael. We have a lot of people that joined. I want to shout out to the Russ Brandon, who joined quite a while ago and is adding to the comments. Appreciate you, Russ Brandon, if you're still there. He knows all about the regenerative growing and all that, and the check him out. If you do not know, you should, and now you do. The Russ Brandon on the gram. And thank you for everybody that's tuning in and commenting below. That's great. You're occupying yourselves amongst the conversation. All right. If he's still there, I'm ready to bring you on, cousin. Hopefully he's still there. He's been occupying himself with a bowl, being patient. Yep, he's there. Let's bring him on. It's none other than the legendary T-Dog, the artist, guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. All right, just on cue, cousin. How are you doing, my friend?
Hey, maybe T-Dog with no hat, man.
No hat. I like the hat. Yeah, whatever. We don't recognize you anyways without the fucking regular hat. Without your regular hat. That's why you got to mix it up like your cousin Nikolai is doing. Now that some people recognize me, some people don't. But sooner or later, they catch on.
Happy Sunday, T-Dog.
Happy Sunday to all, man. I was really kind of getting into that conversation, that little bit you were talking about the water. I mean, I will second the motion to everybody. And I think the best thing you can tell people is to avoid it as much as possible. Like, I've been going to this place. It's called, God, I can't even remember the name of the place, for 20 years. Water Depot or something, where they do the ionized water. They put it through the whole system, and I bring home the 5-gallon. Those are the waters we drink. So
imagine this, okay? We got this reservoir, and we feed our plants. We love our plants. They grow beautiful buds when we treat them with all this good shit. What about us, right? And so I can imagine, like, your water heater, next to it, there's like 100 or 200 gallons of clean filtered water that's like distilled, basically, and it's been charged and electrolyzed and good intentions. Then this water becomes the quote unquote reservoir that we use for our showers, for our cooking, for our gardening, essentially a purified a water tank for living. And I think that and in fact, imagine if they had a side tank where we could add nutrients. So your kelp, your trace minerals, everything you needed for your health. So this is what you're showering in, bro. It's like your foliage spray.
No, I'm hearing you. No, you do it's like you absorb the knowledge, and the education is perfect. I mean, I knew 20 years ago, but I'm not evangelist about it, but even in your shower, when the water gets hot, the fumes from the whatever's in the water, you're breathing that stuff, and that's not good for you either.
All the chlorine.
Yeah, isn't like sodium fluoride the main ingredient of Prozac?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but when you have, I don't know. See, I don't know,
is.
but I know it's not something we should be breathing. That's for sure.
Don't make me bring.
Right?
Yeah, they did. They used sodium fluoride in the camps. In the Auschwitz, and it was to make you docile, no doubt. Jesus.
But if we could clean all that out of our water and be comfortable and confident that our water is clean, then imagine how beautiful your shower is. I'm gonna get both of you guys.
Well, the fact that we're talking about it is important. You know, that's
so right now I'm on Google.
I mean, like,
yeah. So right now I'm on Google, and back in the old day, because I went over to a friend's house and they live in an old Victorian house, and they said, "Come check out the basement." And they had an old water cistern, and this thing was like made out of brick, and then it was skimmed with some sort of but this house was original, 1850s maybe, but they had a huge water cistern, so that's how they used to store their water. So basically they have modern day, that's what you have, Michaels. You have a water cistern that has been treated right after it comes from city water, because I was thinking, how am I going to pipe this in? And then you have it. Yeah, anyhow, you definitely need to.
The more we educate ourselves, the more knowledge we get, our actions will follow. And
yeah, you must take action.
It's kind of like what you're saying. It's like if you can absorb like if somebody was listening to this conversation right now, and they got their lives, they're going on, they're not going to start making their water purity their main focus. But if you absorb this knowledge as we go forward as a nation, as we go forward as a society, that knowledge will grow. And the thing is, we might not see its reward, but it will come if we keep on putting it out there.
Yes, if our goal
Agreed.
is to educate people, we must share the knowledge that we gain. But yeah, for myself, I'm going to, I've taken steps to drink it.
This smells so good.
To drink it, but yeah, shower is the biggest thing. But anyhow, so here we have T-Dog, the artist. What are you smoking on, cousin?
The legendary T-Dog.
You guys do not know.
I'm wearing my art today.
Yeah, let me do proper introduction. So who we have here, guys, in the bottom right corner on the gram. And if you do not, you should go to YouTube and Facebook. You see us there too. But this is T-Dog, the artist. And he is responsible.
T to the D to the mother-loving OG.
That's right. And he's responsible for all a lot of the most excellent festival art that you see circulating around the cannabis community. I'd like to refer to him as those artists that you may recall that did a lot of the 60s and the Grateful Dead posters and whatnot. T-Dog, to me, is of that level. And we will definitely be cherishing and champion his work for years to come. So there you go. There's your introduction. T-Dog, I'll let you take it from there. Just go, whatever you want to say. But what have you been working on?
That is like the best Thanksgiving present, man. Just what you said. It's like what you said is what all of us should start to acknowledge is our worth in this world. I don't see it enough, and when I hear it, from friends and family, and say, what I'm doing is amazing. And it's hard to take it in sometimes, but that was very nice. Thank you.
Well, if you live in the moment, you don't get caught up with that. But yeah, that's definitely. You're well respected, and yeah, I appreciate what you're doing, of course.
Well, you know what we're going to do, because it's the holiday weekend, and I'm looking at the time. Things got delayed. I'm not going to be able to spend as much time as I'd like, because I got to get going. But I do want to just say to everybody that hang in there. Take a deep breath. Make sure you're drinking some good water. Be nice to your medicine, all that good stuff. Before I leave, I just want to make sure I say that. But I wanted to promote stuff today. I went to the Michigan Glass Project 2 weeks ago. They were doing a little re-promotion. I saw the movie, and I'm looking to dive in a little more into to that world because they're doing some amazing stuff. When I saw the movie, it just really was resounding.
Yeah.
With a bunch of, glass pipe makers raising over $500,000 in the last 10 years for kids, man, for the schools.
No, they're doing great things. Michigan Glass Project. It had started out. Fortunately, I was lucky enough to work with Cousin back in the day for their very first charity organization for raising money to reopen the Belle Isle Aquarium, and they achieved just that, guys. I'll have to make that link available. But yeah, the ball pusher, Drew Krups, and the Allison from the Michigan Glass Project.
Amazing. Oh, and then I did do a little, I got a cool little Michigan Glass Project pendant in the silent auction.
Oh.
No one outbid me. Darn it.
Very nice. That's good. Well, hopefully you paid a pretty penny for that.
No, it was
nice.
I'm glad I could contribute.
Yeah, I will definitely. I couldn't make it to the last one, but I will have to. Hopefully, they'll have one here in the spring again, and definitely I will be out for that one. But yeah, I would like to have the ball pusher on and talk about a lot of this history.
Right, and get in that movie. I'd like to get that movie out. I don't know where it's available. I talked to some people. I guess you could see it on YouTube, maybe.
Probably, maybe
the documentary.
I'm not sure where it's available, but yeah, I would highly recommend anyone watch that documentary if and when it comes out.
Right. Yeah, but they had another showing of it. That's one reason I went, because I missed it the last time.
Right. No, it's a good history lesson, no doubt. I'll check it out. I can't wait.
For all the people that don't recognize me, here we go.
There. Oh, it's you. I didn't know who I was talking to. That's right. That's excellent. Yeah, well, anyhow, it's Thanksgiving Day, the weekend, whatever, if that's what you celebrate. The indigenous people don't participate. I can understand that. And anyhow, I was just thankful. I don't want to get into that. I was just thankful.
And I've never...
I don't want to talk about it.
The media jumped on that whole thing of whatever about indigenous, and I get it.
Well,
it's like, but the truth is Thanksgiving, at least for me, it's just been a time to get together, break bread, and be with each other.
Another pagan holiday to celebrate something of coming together with the family. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway. And discuss. What did I did? I said something funny because I went to my cousin's. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, actually a neighbor, this little girl, named to be Protect the Innocent. She had a little game. She was just controlling the table. You know how 6-year-olds can be. And she was controlling the table, and she had a little game, and we had to guess something. And it was kind of a little annoying, but it's all right. So the little girl said, "Okay," and we were asking, "What do we win?" And she said, "Well, you're all going to win." And then she had this little cough. And before she could finish what we would win, I said, "COVID."
Oh.
The entire table cracked up, man.
I love it. That's what I would have said.
Because comedy's timing.
COVID.
COVID.
Everybody went home and got tested. Hope not.
Wow. So,
yeah.
What's everybody going to be doing this winter? It's a good question. I'm using winter as I've always had, time to get busy. I focus on my projects. I get very creative, and I'm not saying I shut out the outer world, but I'm going to try and stay on Instagram and do more live. That was somebody asked me to do that, to do more lives. I think we all got to kind of be with each other, even if it's virtual.
Well, you can come hang out Sundays. Maybe I'll continue this Sunday service and get some true
I'd love to come
sponsorship.
out, man.
Got some things going on. I'd like to bring on definitely have a weekly guest. I will be planning a weekly guest of your caliber, gentlemen, and to make it interesting, so you're not just listening to me ramble on. But I will have some products to feature. And some wacky unboxings, one of which I'll share with you right now. Are you familiar with this guy?
Oh, Snoop on the stoop.
That's right. You can read backwards. It's that guy. He was supposed to quit smoking. How's it work? Yeah, here we go.
Oh, you saw that whole thing.
You've heard
right?
of, it's great promotion, almost. They could have done
It was
better.
a perfect promotion.
Right? Yeah, you've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Snoop on the Stoop.
I knew that was a joke when he said he was quitting smoke and not quitting smoking.
I thought he was
And
sick.
it was like...
Everyone thought something.
Yeah, they thought, a lot of people thought he was sick. Is like, yeah, he must have the big C, man. He can't smoke anymore. The doctors aren't going to let him do it.
I thought
That's not
maybe,
funny.
okay, something got out where he mentioned it in a conversation, but then they wouldn't have let it out. Unless it,
I got to tell you, although that was a big publicity stunt, when he actually sat and did this, like his skit for them for this,
right,
it was so subpar. Like there was no, it would like somebody other than his friend with the phone. They should have put some production value, but that just goes to show you.
Wait, is that with the
stove?
whatever,
yeah, with the stove. I thought, man, they should have did.
I didn't see what nothing. I didn't see what they did with that.
They could have done. They could have made it so great. I could have. I mean, he had the carrot. He had us all, and then that was it. I was like, that's what you guys paid him for. Fuck, I've heard about it. Like, if you hire him,
the best
it's
thing
like
they could come up with.
Well, if that's
they're like, hey, you got to roll that shit back.
Ideas are money, and I've got a lot of them, and you won't see them unless there's a value to it. But yeah, I thought, wow, boy, that was simple. Anyhow, I don't mean to be so negative, but yeah, it was a great publicity stunt.
No,
but yeah, like Jesus, somebody, that guy, you're in Hollywood, aren't you?
How is the pit smokeless? Like, what do they do with the smoke? Or
they'll have to come on show.
It's just a pit. It's a pit. That doesn't smoke.
It's got some sort of fan blower that sucks it out, and Nikola Tesla knows what they do with it. I don't know.
And you probably have to change the filter every whatever.
It probably doesn't work so well. I don't know. They should send me one, and I'll put a proposal together, and then depending on what they spend money on, it'll be a production value associated with that. But I'll tell you how it works one way or the other. I'll have you guys over, and we'll sit around and smoke around it and blow our own smoke.
Well, I'll tell you something. I don't know if I'm going to bring up a little something that might cause a little stir in everything, but I'm being positive about it because it was just a random watch. I was watching The Expensivest, 2 Chainz show on Vice Channel.
Yeah, right.
And it was from a 3/23 from March of 23 of this year. He did a new show, and he had Sarah Silverman and Kyle Cushman on.
Oh.
And they talked, and Kyle talked about his whole concept of taking organics to the next level. He has a term for, pure growing. You got to check out this episode, man. It's about veganic or something.
Organic.
Yeah, vegan growing, right, Michael?
Yeah, vegan.
The whole next level of make it real hard to do. So yeah.
Right, but the whole thing was how it was presented on the show. I don't like how it was kind of bringing the comedian in with him, and they were all getting high and just, I don't know, they made fun of Kyle a little bit, but that's
right,
what the show does.
My whole gripe with that whole show is that he just clowns everyone on there. And I'm not a huge Kyle Cushman fan, but I wouldn't have recommended you go on there.
Kyle's, I'll just tell you, I love Kyle. He's a good guy. He's putting it, kind of a good vibe out there. We don't need to get into the opinion of a person's path or how it got there, but and he's riding, because they did, say former High Times writer. That was his bio, for it. And I don't know how much he wrote for him, but it is what it is. And I wish Kyle the best, and I hope he keeps growing organic weed. That's fine.
Well, no doubt. Let me jump in. That guy's name has been around. Just for me, a newbie, I came across his name, and what he's put forth is definitely how
Strawberry Cough is what he's known for.
Right, but yeah, he's put forth a lot of,
and it was really brought into being by someone he discovered, Joey B, who was really the grower that just didn't have any.
Right.
He's kind of like, I would compare the two. Kyle and Joey is kind of like Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak.
Okay.
Whereas Kyle was pretty much brought Strawberry Cough to the mainstream. Whereas if he wouldn't have met Joey B, we would never have known of Strawberry Cough.
Everybody thinks, Kyle came up with it, but he pays homage to it. But I wanted to say, everything that guy puts out is beneficial to the plant, the cannabis plant. Everybody's doing their thing. To each is their own. He's got a brand. He's affiliated with a lot of people out there on the West Coast with some production. And he's being put in the right places with the right people. So you hear his name quite a bit.
He will be known as, in the annals. If you had the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, if you had the Cannabis Hall of Fame, he'd be part of it, just like this guy right here would be too.
Right. There's many people that aren't even known about yet. But, they're with the Green Flower Media Company. And he's with the Gangier program with the Derek. I forget Derek.
I know Derek.
Derek and the Swami and all of them.
Swami and Frenchie was part of it as well.
So they have that's great. They're doing great. They've got big funding and they've got a lot of content. And I hear nothing but good about people that go to the class. They like it. Then there's another one. Shout out to the Max Montrose, if you guys are familiar with him, in the Interpenine program of Trichome Institute. He calls his brand the Trichome Institute. And anyhow, there's lots of people, right, Michael? And
the Weedsters.
Yeah, them. They Mr. Fungi and the Latrish Matson and Amy Carter doing great things on the Capitol steps here in the Mitten State of Great Lakes, no doubt. But anyhow, moving.
Let your voice be heard.
Yeah, that's.
All right, go ahead.
Every state needs one because if you've gone legal, the bureaucracy is in place. You better be paying attention. Somebody needs to be playing watchdog, right? And so there's somebody has to.
I think what FANG proposes a lot in his continence and I think everybody's got to think about is just if you can take care of yourself, and part of that is what you eat, what you drink, what you smell, what you smoke, that going forward you're going to create a better mark in the world. That's
right.
That's, I think, the foundation. Doesn't matter what you think, what your opinions are, whatever. I think you got to walk the walk, and that's what I'm trying to do every day.
Well, activate, because there needs to be activism, right?
Your artist synonymous with cannabis is the way I see it. I don't think most people. I think that a lot of people probably don't know that a lot of the stuff that they're using is your art. Like your art is on so many products and on so many posters. I don't think they might not even know that it's all T-Dog is everywhere.
It's true.
What is that?
This was the first package design I did for Subcool for his. This is the logo, the dank I did for him. Well, it's backwards, obviously. This was the first prototype box we did for his extract.
Don't you stick that on your hat?
Yeah, it's right here.
Show your hat off. Somebody from Peru.
Okay,
show me your hat.
Show me your hat.
Show me your hat.
You see that clock in there?
That's intricate.
So
yeah,
it should be a real bud, but it's not. It's a hat pin bud, so it sticks to my hat. But I got to figure out maybe a way to get a real bud in. And but that was the clock. That was after. I can't see it, but in the background was when his house burned down, and he had to go on to life. You know, he lost everything. He didn't admit it, but I think he lost a lot of genetics in that fire.
Or yeah, that's like a Dolly.
Yeah.
Font.
And then it's crazy. And then 2 years later, Ms. Jill came to me to ask me to design her logo. Isn't that crazy? I went from some cool to his ex-wife. That's my Emerald Cup. I didn't do the art for that, but that's one of my favorite places to be. Oh, there's a T-Dog. Oh, peace weed. And then this guy, come on.
Okay, how did you make that?
I did not make this. This is a great story. This character it's a refrigerator magnet. My brother, about 15 years ago, went to Amsterdam and got really high and couldn't find his way back to the hotel, but he bought this for me. And it was a refrigerator magnet, and I had it on the refrigerator, and when I started going to events, the wife said, "Why don't you put that on the hat?" I said, "That's a great idea." Oh, look who I got there, man. Look who's on my hat.
Designer.
We're both designers. And then that's
was that a reminder?
That's a functional pipe, one-hitter pipe hat pin. I love it.
nice.
It's from Bolo. What are they? Bolo Glass, I think is the name. And then this is our new friends. What's his name? From New York. He gave me his pin. I loved it. Sam Yank. Sam. Remember Damn Sam? Our neighbor.
Oh, yeah. We met him in Pennsylvania.
And he is known to have the original Cannabis cup before High Times.
How many years running?
30-some years, I think. Or 25 years. It was a lot.
Where?
It was some crazy number. He kept saying it, and I guess we forgot.
Where? Where would he
it
have?
Was some crazy number, though. New York. Like, he's been doing it since he was, 15.
Cannabis
And he's
cups.
like, I have the longest running Cannabis cup in the world.
That's right.
Wow.
And they told him to cease and desist and not use the name for a while, and he did that to, be nice. And then he said, hell with it. I came up with it first and went back.
They stopped doing them anyway. Or I guess
right.
Did they trademark
it?
Did they trademark the name Cannabis Cup?
Yeah, but I'm sure they're not going to fight him. That would be
right.
stupid.
They probably can't fight him just because he's.
Well, even if they could, they shouldn't.
Look at the fake gays. Those are a bunch of fucking losers, aren't they? Anyways, we don't have to go there.
Well, no, it's okay. What you're saying, man. You know what, Fang? Let's not. We want to be positive. Everybody wants to be positive. Yes, that is the goal for all of us. If you're not bringing good vibrations in the world, what the hell are you doing? But
balance.
To not recognize really just an obvious contrary vibration to what works, you got to address it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I know. I try to be real, positive, but it would be like if someone was trying to take T-Dog's name and we were just all about being positive. It'd be it would be like, no, we're gonna fuck you. Stand up.
In fact, I'm making a public announcement right now. Maybe my printer will hear this.
Excuse me.
I don't want any of my fans to purchase anything from the twotokes.com site for just a little while.
You ain't getting paid? In similar terms, I'll say it for you. T-Dog ain't getting paid.
Well, I'm not being told the information of what I need to know about what's going on.
Let me ask you this. That's your URL name, right? Two Tokes. That's yours.
That's your side. It's a side brand.
No, actually, Two Tokes. That's a partnership with my printer. My site is whatsyourstrain.com. That's totally mine. But
Well,
yeah, I'm going to be talking. In fact, Fang, when we get off here, maybe this week we'll talk about. I might need some legal assistance to address.
do you want me to have Cousin send a
Don't fuck
malicious?
with my friend.
Yeah, I can have Cousin from back in old country send malicious malware and have that site taken down ASAP.
Well, that is. I'm not.
These
I
are
don't
all
want to
just
go that
jokes.
negative. That too negative of a route. But
What do you mean negative?
one of my options.
There's nothing negative about that's called being proactive.
Proactive, exactly. Thank you, Cousin.
Proactive in defending
This is how they do
thyself.
it in all
Old country. No, that's not how they do it. In
He
old
doesn't wear a
country.
lumber. He doesn't
They
wear
just
a lumberjack shirt for nothing.
They disappear things.
Where's your axe, dude?
It's out by firewood.
You need your Paul Bunyan.
It's by firewood. I was helping Miss
So, are you going
K.
to be doing any? Are you going to be doing any live shots in the snow on your roof this
No.
winter?
No, I'm not allowed back up on the roof. Cousin says I'm destroying it. Making all the
How's Miss K doing? How'd Miss K do for Thanksgiving?
I don't know. I have not seen her for Thanksgiving. She's waiting for my wood delivery. I told her I would help her out with getting 5 cords of wood. 5 cords of wood, and the guy that was going to help me, he neglected to say that his splitter would be in the shop for several weeks. And, as you know, it's been most excellent weather to split and stack wood before it gets to be gnarly here. But anyhow, yeah, so she's waiting for me. She asked me the other day, when you come in with my wood? Like that.
Well, you're doing a great thing. You're widening the demographic of the cannabis growers.
Yeah,
now have a 90-year-old grower.
It's amazing.
It's quite.
I love that.
It's kind of fun to watch, right? She's not smoking it, but she certainly enjoys growing the plants and looking at it. She gets into it, and it's been going a few years.
I won't name any names, but what is it with these growers that smoke cigarettes, Dan? It blows my mind. Over the years, I've met these growers, like they actually, I won't name any names, they'll come up to me at contests and ask me to smell their jars because they can't smell it because they smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And they're growing fire. I'm serious. It's like they know what they're doing.
Well, I'll say, I like some real natural broadleaf tobacco. I think that there's a validity in the herb and the traditional smoke. But cigarettes, on the other hand, are like some Jeter's distillate, terp added, preservative filled.
Right. It's not like a European quality tobacco, whatever. North.
Well, even America was famous for its tobacco.
Oh, of course. I was going to say America too, but
we can get really good organic Virginian tobacco, but we're not smoking that. We're smoking some
chem sticks,
their trim.
Chem sticks.
Their trim that's been re-sprayed with herbs and then sprayed with nicotine and then rolled up like that. It's really sad.
I want to figure out a way to get more pre-rolls to the people.
Yeah, I want an RSO.
Definitely RSO. A friend of mine just got a bad diagnosis, and I just gave him a nice little care package for Thanksgiving with a couple syringes, and yeah, absolutely. And I'm putting that again out into the live waves. Remember, nation, there's a tacit rule in the cannabis nation. If someone is terminally ill or very sick, you do not charge them for the RSO.
All right. Yeah. And between our network, we're able to get you 60 grams, the life-saving amount that you need for the protocol. 60 grams in 90 days is the protocol. And that's basically a $6,000 treatment, isn't it? Would you consider, like back in the day, I believe I was paying $100 a gram.
That's where we probably need to have. Maybe we do the.
That's what it was at Dispos. $100 a gram at the medical dispo. That's what I was paying for grandfather.
Michael, all right, I gotta
$80 with
man.
the $80. It was $80 because he was senior citizen and cancer patient, but it was still $80 a gram. Back,
I mean, it's
this
the
is
cost
back
of-
before it went recreational, right?
Of course. But things have definitely changed, and price of rosin is dramatic. But you can get rosin for less than 50, high end, like any oil, like people are selling BHO for under 10 a gram. At that point, like RSO should be less than that.
And then I'm also thinking maybe we do like the golf tournament to specifically raise money to produce and create an inventory of that medicine for people that need it and don't have the money to pay for it.
It's true.
And furthermore, I'd like to encourage anybody who's in the like restoration, regenerative path to look into, just like autophagy, fasting, alkaline diets, eliminating toxins, and heavy doses of herbs, medicinal mushrooms, adaptogenic mushrooms, trace minerals. When you rebuild the body, a lot of ailments disappear. I'm not a doctor, but more like I can teach you how to strengthen yourself and alleviate a lot of symptoms. So, I don't know, like look into it. We're putting a book together called Gauge. It's basically the path to potency, and we believe in human potency. And
you're doing a book?
It's like the third edition. I'll send you the Google Doc for the entire thing, and I'd love to get your feedback. And
I would love to.
Yeah, please. And it has a guide, a food guide. It has recommendations for how to bathe, how to do all types of stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'd love to get everyone on it.
By the way, just my little part, whatever. I really love being a part of the Deep Roots and just the whole project. Big congrats to you. I mean, you were the cruise director.
Not
in a lot of ways.
Well, I would say definitely Fungi, because he approached me like.
Yeah, that's true. He was the cruise director, but you grabbed the helm and took it to the finish very nicely.
Yeah, because I had to get that drop out, and it was just timed up too perfectly. I was like, well, we might as well do it.
No, that was nice. And then I saw the live announcement of the winner of the 16 feet.
Yeah, that was fun, huh?
That was fun.
Yeah, and there's going to be a remix. I was thinking about posting me maybe reciting my little poetry or something, and then
just put some good production value into it. Hell yes.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. I got to get going soon. I'll wait for him though. Oh, there you are. Oh, there he is.
Oh, nice.
Even in person, there almost. Yeah. Oh, cool, man.
I know, you got to come hit this. I haven't even smoked out of him yet.
Oh, maybe we got to do a first thing on that.
I know. So he's informally known as Rudy around these parts.
Right. I did hear that. So I'm going to cut out early, Nation. Nikolai, cousin, thank you for having me this morning.
You're welcome, cousin. Appreciate you for jumping on impromptu.
And
style.
let's do something before the end of the year. I'll come by the shop and we'll gang up on the whole nation.
Yeah, guys, we're going to do a proper interview with the cousin T-Dog for my upcoming podcast season, Vodcast.
Right.
That's right. We're going to do something official. I'm going to hand it off to some pro editors and see what they do. Anyhow, yeah, thanks, cousin.
And I'm gonna learn from the master, because just a little announcement, and obviously I will not conflict in, I'll be in a different time, different whatever. But I want to do something like this as well. I think the more we get out there and talk to the people and get the information out there, the better. So I can't do Sundays. I can't do Mondays. I'll have to pick a day.
You got to come by and smoke too.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was daydreaming. You said you can't do what?
I was thinking. No, I'm kind of, that if I ever do my own little podcast, I can't do it on Sundays and I can't do it on Mondays. So I'll have to pick another day so that we can inform the people, keep the chain of Good Vibe Tribe going. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. It's true. All right, my friend. You have a wonderful day. All right,
you
guys.
too, and a little shout out. Wait, one more little shout out. Where is that? I just had it. Oh, no, I lost it. It was for Mama's Stash. They were at the Breeders' Ball, and it was. Oh, here it is. Nice little mom and pop company. Mom's Secret Stash, and I met them, and the dad he just did the pre-rolls. The mama did all the growing. I love that. It was very cool. All right, guys, be good.
All right, the T-Dog, the artist, guys, the legend himself. If you do not know, you do now. There he is, guys. Thank you, T-Dog.
Have a great day, T-Dog.
Bye for now. All right, that was good. All right. Well, there you have it, T-Dog. That's right. Okay. Just waving at some people down below there. They're really chiming it up there in the comments. And yeah, there's 16 of you on, and that's what's going on. So I have some more stuff here. So you saw my snoop on the stoop. I thought that was funny. Going to put that somewhere in the podcast studio. But yeah, I want to talk about this real quick. You guys know what this is? I had to get a new one. The Blue Lab Truncheon Nutrient Manager, guys. Shout out to the Blue Lab for hooking me up with my replacement. Apparently, mine went on the kaputs after several years. I'd have to say 3.5 years. I did not even drop it. I don't know what happened. But I just get it back, guys, just in time to start up the new grow, which I'll be deciding what to grow. And I should get that a $10.6 million clone of yours, Michael. I should be able to. I should get that and grow that just to infuriate everyone.
Just to piss them off.
Well,
I mean, you already got the 2.5 million.
Yeah, I had the 2.5 million.
Stopper, you already got that.
I know I didn't know that I was.
You still owe me $8 million, and then you'll get the cherry pie.
Well, I'm lucky I still have my life after, carting it around the city of motors, guys. I think maybe I should have put the.
Yeah, I think you were like, whoa, is he really going to tell?
No, nobody told me in the comments that the Grape Stomper was so highly revered or whatever. Yeah, I think just for more shock value, why not? I'll grow that just for shits and giggles, and then And then just to really infuriate, I would ruin it. I'm just kidding. I fuck it up or something. That really piss everybody off. But I think you guys, it'd be quite simple. It's shock value, and it works. Anyhow, so
yeah, no, I mean, like, I think that it, as some of the best clones in the industry deserve to be valued much higher than they are now, and I think I made a point by doing it, and people are mad because they know that they owe the creatives a lot for basically seeing like taking IP left and right without honoring the people that really created it. I think that when we start to see ourselves as true creatives that deserve to participate in the industry, while I guess you could say corporatists are taking our intellectual property hundreds of millions of dollars at a time. It's ridiculous that anybody would shame an artist in the industry for demanding a measly 10 million. I think that, in fact, it should be hundreds of millions. I believe that my brand fully actualizes billions of dollars in value, and that it's pretty silly that anyone would question the value of someone who's really dedicated their life to the game. We see the equivalent ball players and athletes and professionals getting paid much more than the people that are leaders in our industry. Every pack of gelato that gets rebranded and resold and ripped off, Sherbinsky needs his cut. Zoo City Trees, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Sherbinsky needs his fucking check, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to put this fucking shit on the map. Get some respect. Put some respect on the name. Like people stole my brand, stole my strains, stole my seeds, started to make millions of dollars. Cap, you owe me, you little bitch. Sorry. Anyway, so like these people have made millions, packed bags full of fucking cash with strains that are just straight knockoffs, right? Like they'll put two of my strains together and call it a new strain. Knock it off. Okay, whatever, that's cool. But then like, so you're saying that if that created millions of dollars in value, that there's no justification for artists of a certain caliber to get paid. I mean, how much does Chris Paul get paid? How much does LeBron get paid? These are like the top ballers in a billion-dollar industry, few billion-dollar industry. We're in a $2 trillion industry. I speak to people in every country. So put some respect on that. I think that the reason why it hit home is because it's so true, and that one day we'll be like, oh my God, like 10 million was nothing. 10 million ain't shit.
For a brand that is, you speak of Sherbinsky's. It's pretty well known that his multi-million-dollar brand with Common Citizen here in Michigan.
Yeah, Common Citizen is trash. They gave me a shit-ass contract. I turned them down like everyone else who gave me a contract. Fuck them. I'm so glad I didn't sign with Common Citizen. They fucking are trash too. They try to fucking stop caregivers in the state, and they ruined Sherbinsky's name.
It's people are on different levels of thought with all of this, and
of course, yeah.
I'm sure if
I don't expect
I love the comments. It's great. Just I don't think the point was to actually get $10.8 million or $2 million. I think the point was to make a point, and I don't think his expectations are unreal in what he wants to achieve with his brand. And again, I'll go back to the heavy hitters that have branded themselves out into 7-Eleven dispos, like the Cookies brand. You have guys that Sherbinsky, is he not well respected in the genetic community, but yet he has made a jump with his brand, for multi-million dollars. And that brand is now questionable, at least in this state here, as far as a bad actor for the legacy growers that really put everything on the map, right? We're allowed to bring in there. So, yeah, there's many layers to the bureaucracy. There's many layers to branding and marketing yourself. And there's no doubt that there's a value that people recognize and may or may not respect with what Michael FANG has done coming out of the Gage Green Group, regardless of the past history of that brand as well. So what we can only do, let me just finish. What we can do is only
be a nobody in the comments.
Say again? Say again?
I said it's easy to be a nobody. I said it's easy to be a nobody in the comment section. You know what I mean? But it's hard to continue to put consistency and integrity in everything you do, and to prove it day in and day out. It's like it's a whole other level of art.
You've been around for a while, my friend, making a name for yourself, and you were well revered. So to eat, as grandmama used to say, to each is their own. Right? More power to you. And it's not like you're You know, I think if you reached out to Mr. Fang and you want to grow some of his genetics, you will certainly be able to. He hands out seeds quite often to at events. They're for specific purposes. There's a reason behind it, not always just to promote himself, um, but to promote different people and their causes. You know, what did you hand out? The seed packs are in my office at the Capitol. The freedom seeds or something. What was it? You handed out 2 or 3, right, in little packs, and you're at the.
Yeah,
What did you call
it's
that?
not even. So those seed packs we gave out at the Capitol are called "Let My People Grow,"
Right.
and it's to basically fight against the oppression. I mean, I am one of the most successful independent growers in this industry. I don't have any investors. I've never taken outside money, and I've built it all over and over and over again from zero because I've had, people like Zoo City Trees steal from me and hundreds of K from me at a time. Can't trust people like that. Keep your armor up. But the truth is that, I don't. You always are going to have detractors when you're doing the truth. The agents of the matrix do appear. I've been arrested. I've been beat up by cops. I've been raided. I've lost more than most people. So it's like, I don't really have much need to prove anything. Furthermore, you only receive if you give. You give to receive. So the reason why I do have abundance in my life is because it's just like you have to give freely just as much as to receive freely. And so abundance is a mindset. I think that we practice it. We're a real living example of how to be, how to show love, how to show care in every aspect of what you do, to treat people respectfully, and to bear beautiful fruit. There are a lot of people who are either jealous or unable to achieve it themselves. They're, they probably have a 9 to 5. They're probably a corporate slave. And no, with all due respect, a lot of us are trapped in the matrix, and it's hard to be independent. It's hard to be truly free. But, I think that when you speak for freedom and you speak for independence, that there are people, they all seem to look the same, will come out of the fucking woodwork and try to stop you. But I think all good people recognize truth, realize. So we stand for real truth. And that's what it's all about. I think we have a real movement here. The stages can't stop us. I mean, there's $100 million behind them trying to push me out of this industry. And so if anybody wants to see what the battle is like, go to the USPTO. It's on our website, and see the battle that I put in my own money, blood, sweat, and tears to find my own lawsuit representing myself against Canopy Growth, which is an $8 billion corporation that has now been reduced to $500 million and soon will be reduced to dust. And I will speak on honesty and integrity, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You can judge me for whatever you want. You're judging me. I ain't talking about nobody. I ain't in nobody's comments. I'm worrying about my own shit, building my own art, and creating the future that I want to live in. And I think that offends a lot of people because they're truly part of the problem. And so I'm just grateful to be able to be alive, to be breathing. And so long as I am, I'm going to speak the truth. And I'm grateful for you, cousin, because I know that's what you represent. And all these haters in the comments can suck my nut.
Well, you have to stand on your own, Michael. You know how it is. Nobody loves you like your mother. And yeah, it's a tough fucking world out there with people. As my grandfather used to say, you know what hell is, Nikolai? Other people on this earth, and learning how to navigate them. Some of them are just really, to each is their own, cousin. I don't know what harm. I don't know. This Zoo City Trees, he's very on your ass quite much. I'd like to know what he's all about. They'll have to. He must be quite Yeah.
He's
Anyhow.
got a lot to prove.
Yeah, but right. He's spent a lot of energy really poking at you, picking stick. He's picking a fight, whatever. But to each is their own. There's a lot of
He's just
past
one of
history.
thousands.
Yeah, I could only imagine the stories that follow you, Michael, and all your experiences. If you've been around long enough, you'll have some stories attached to you. But I have to take this for face value. I've seen nothing but positive interactions with you and what you're doing. I wouldn't fuck around with you if I felt like you were a nefarious, malicious person. Whatever happened between you and your partner is between you two. If you guys care to air it out to the public, that's your business. Let the chips fall where they may. But one thing's for certain, you're continuing doing what you do, and you're going to do it regardless of what the people say. So more power to you, Michael. And for what I've seen from you and the relationship I have with you, it's been very much appreciative, everything you've shared with me and your knowledge and just your just very humble. And you're a friend of mine. I consider you a friend of mine now. And anyhow, I give you a platform to say what you want, like I would give to anybody. And but I just ask that people try to do it with some bit of decorum, as they say, and just let's have respect for the fact that we all do love this plant. And again, just because someone wants to value themselves, I don't think that's a nefarious activity to bash. But whatever. That's my take, is like trying to be neutral like Switzerland, but you know, all great.
My hoodie's $1,000. This is like a $1,300 hoodie from Virgil, Off-White. This motherfucker's dead. He was only alive for like to bring us Off-White and Louis for about 4 years. So enjoy it while it lasts, motherfuckers. Nah, I'm just kidding. But like for real though, it's a time, it's a place, it's a part of history. The fact that you never smoked cherry pie kush, the fact that you is because you didn't touch the truth. You know what I mean? And so in order to get a little bit of this art, you're gonna have to value it, because I'm not a corporate slave. So for my art, you're gonna pay.
Yeah. You know, I look at that hoodie, and no disrespect, but just for shits and giggles, that looks like a $15 Champion fucking hoodie, if you ask me, just from what I see here on camera, right? But it's the value that is put on that for the person that designed it, right? My point is like, it's you could put a value.
Like you won't find a Champion hoodie that fits like this.
Right. I hope so.
Like you might think you can find one.
Right.
Well, you won't.
Okay.
Like that's the difference. Like it's like there's intricacy in every detail, from the way they dip the you know, the string,
right,
to the fact that it's got silk screen on it, to the fact that it's a higher quality weave, to the fact that it's made in Italy, to the fact, you know, I mean, like, there's so much involved that it's not a sweatshop fucking piece of shit. It's not common citizen. You know, this is fucking made by my hands, and there's only so much of it. I've been to jail for this shit. I've faced 19 years for this shit. All right, I put down hundreds of thousands for this shit. So don't fuck with me.
I wonder if we would all be if they would all be mad if you scored a $2,400 million, $500 million deal for your brand to be distributed amongst all the major retail dispos that are going to come online, like the Cookies brand. I mean, everybody.
The truth is, I turned down $15 million. You know what I mean? Like,
it wasn't enough. It's not enough. 15 mil. What is 15 mil for a major brand? Really?
That ain't shit.
This, well, it isn't in this day and
all
age.
The work we put in. for my
We
whole
look at the
team.
basketball players, cousin. Look at sports. But I mean, very small percentage of those people actually make it to the big leagues to get that paycheck. And how long of a run is it for them? 5 years, 10 years? They better get what they can get. And to me, quite honestly, chucking that ball for the weekend fun, for everybody to get to a stadium and basically get drunk for profits for all the big corporations. Anyhow, I don't see any reason why somebody shouldn't be paid hundreds of millions of dollars for a brand of cannabis that is going to be worldwide circulated and profited upon. Anyhow, whatever. But again, there is no reason that that same brand couldn't make it accessible for everybody. Some sort of level of cannabis, right? It doesn't all have to.
I truly believe in like a regenerative or a holistic form of, capitalism, I guess you could say, or a mix of basically being for the community, but also being able to generate working capital. We're not profit maximizing. We're not a profit maximizing company. We are a input, quality, and integrity maximizing company, and we believe that when we focus on putting maximum love into something, that's how you get maximum effect. It's not about maximizing profit or lowering costs here. And I think that's a whole different version of economics of prosperity that is lost. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to the ability for any one of us to be able to put our labor into something and to be able to earn a month's wage from our blood, sweat, and tears. When I put my hands on something, I deserve to be able to earn a working living. If not, I deserve to be able to turn it into limitless gold. I believe that that is the birthright of all humanity. And I believe that we, just like money has intrinsically no value and it is fiat, so is anything. And thus, anything I touch, to me, is as good as gold. And so if you want to have anything to do with it, you have to pay. Otherwise, maybe you want to try to be my friend. Otherwise, you ain't gonna touch it. I mean, that's just as easy as it could get. I don't know. The people that like are angry probably don't want to be my friend, and they're too broke. So tough luck. But yeah, anyways, it's like this is how I believe humanity should become. Like, we're so used to buying some cheap champion shit that we think that it's okay, that's better than a high-end fucking off-white hoodie that Virgil Abloh fucking made. You know what I mean? Like, Champion, who owns Champion? Like, a bunch of fucking nobodies that have islands next to SC that run factories with sweat labor. They don't touch that shit. They're using pesticided cotton. It's all trash. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many levels to this. We are being toxified by the clothes we wear. You know how much, like, how fucking shitty. I'm not even standing by this, but like the clothes that I make are organically certified, European, and I don't fuck around. So like, that's the future that I'm trying to bring, where it's beautiful and healthy, and you're not gonna have any problems touching it. All this other shit is full of toxins, pesticides. Cotton is one of the most heavily pesticided plants on the planet, and nobody gives a fuck. And it's because they want cheap shit, because they're cheap as fuck. And I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? I want people to love quality. I love quality. I love nice things. I love the nicest things. I want to only work with and be around people that put their hands on shit that is priceless. Because cannabis is priceless. Don't put no price on this shit. That, you know what I mean? So when I put a price on it, it is kind of just a joke. But to be honest, like, I think it's worth more than $10 million. I think it's worth, like, realistically, a cut like CPK should be 300 mil. But none of you guys have that, so it's just a joke, I guess. but the people I talk to probably would value it much higher.
300 mil
I've been
for
told.
somebody to have the access to that genetic to carry on and profit from.
Yeah, it's the predecessor to cookies. Why would you not?
Right.
I mean, like, look, I posted a picture of it, and then I looked at the other day. It looked like my Mendo bread, which was like a strain that came many, many generations and years later. So you're talking about a predecessor to OGKB, Mendo bread, gelato, sure, like that no one has. Of course, they're gonna say they're gonna try to undermine it because I'm the only one that has access to it. Like till this day, I haven't seen anyone else with it, and I've had it for like over 10 years. And I'm not just saying that because I want to be like the only one with it. If I knew someone else that had it, I would be like, yeah, that motherfucker has it. That person probably has it, but they don't. I've never seen it, and it's not cherry pie. It's not Dark Heart Nursery cherry pie. It's not Pie Guys cherry pie. All that's just bullshit. None of you have ever even tried it, and that's how rare and elite it is. And so you're gonna tell me that this is not priceless. Like, to me, I don't understand how you value items. You know what I mean? But to me, this has started and created billions of dollars in value. So it's created, millions for me. So why would I undervalue it in any? Well, I guess essentially I am undervaluing it by saying it, because like it's worth far more.
Right. That's that. I'm looking through these comments here. Well, they lit the comments on
property. Yeah. What?
No, there's that. Well, it's made for a lot of conversation. That's right.
It is a really good topic. You know that the post on my page.
So no cut is here's one. No cut. Let's fucking get into it. No cut is worth no $100,000. To me, when you say this cut, I picture it like you're giving away a genetic to a brand. Like you're not expecting it to sell this to a common person, and it's like the idea of your genetics being valued for a brand that would want to carry them and continue on, hosting them or whatever, or profiting from them, right? That's the idea behind this.
Yeah, like you could say like no cut could be worth more than 100K, and I could agree with you that like it would be very hard to justify like a Blue Dream cut that everyone has access to or whatever being worth 100K. Okay, if you're gonna get the Blue Dream cut from me, it'd probably be like 5K because I touched it and it, I babied it for years. I'm not gonna give it to you unless I've tried it, ran it, running. It's fire. It's probiotic. It's been regenerated genetically. It's vitalized. It's vital. I'll give you that. But and that's gonna, I'm gonna put 10x on it. But like, I'm not gonna put a, 10,000x on it. Now, if it was a unique varietal that no one else has, it goes from a fungible token to a non-fungible token. Then at that point, if it's a one of one, which it clearly has the ability to be, because I have varietals and seeds that nobody's ever even had access to touch, let alone phenohunt and have a strain out of. If the seeds themselves can be sold for $10,000 and have been repeatedly sold for over $1,000, a one of one is worth at least 5 to 15K seed pack unhunted alone. You're going to tell me that a unique varietal from that pack that's actually unique comes with trademark, brand rights, and intellectual property, and the backing of a breeder like the H-Wing Group, and has access and the ability to, like you're saying, royalties around the world, isn't worth millions? I'm confused. And if it's not worth over 100K, then what is it? Because I can write on a piece of paper 100K, and it's 100K. Tell me otherwise. You might not be the customer. You know what I'm saying? But someone might value my signature, like they would value Bitcoin, or they would value so many other stocks and options and bonds and shit. Like, I'm not fucking new to this.
Answer this.
Anyways, me, this is just, I'm just like trying to be an artist and creative in my 72 like crow. You know what I mean? Like, everything you've seen up till now, from 2017 till now, it has been done in a 72 like grow in a fucking house. Like, I'm creating as much as I can, as much beauty, as much creativity as I can out of dirt, and the resources that I have access to from right here with my computer in front of me. That to me is all I have. And if I put my love and everything into it, in 2017, when I was facing 19 years and $1 million in fine, I was worth 15 million, and I turned it down. So
I understand. I got one more. Let me throw another one for you, since we're putting you on the since you're on the hot seat, so to speak, or whatever. Not really, but you're fucking there.
I love it.
Take it. You can take it. So here's one for you. Here's one in the comments. Some cats value profit over community. That is you, sir. Answer that. Answer to that, because I know you care about the community.
Well, like I said earlier, we're not.
Share with them.
Like I said earlier, we're definitely not profit driven. Profit, PROFIT, is not important to me. The profits, PROPHET, are important to me. When like I said earlier, the reason why we don't profit maximize is because we don't cost minimize. And the reason why we don't cost minimize is because we input maximize. The cost of my inputs, the goji berries and the reishi and the ramanya and the chaga and all that extra stuff is not cheap. And we don't go cheap on our inputs. I try to put as much as I can into the garden, hoping to get back as much as I can. I have lower in overhead than most because I am a smaller grow, so I don't have millions of dollars in overhead. So I can put everything I have back into my art, and thus I'm not a profit maximizing company. We pay taxes, and I minimize profit as part of my tax minimization strategy. It would be ridiculous for me to maximize profits unless I wanted to maximize the amount of taxes that I paid as well. So in that situation alone would be another reason why I don't profit maximize. And to me, like, it's the entrepreneurial endeavor is to just like put back into the company. If I was 15 million back then, I'm going to keep reinvesting in myself. And like, people are like, buy Bitcoin, buy stock, buy this new crypto, buy this, and it's like, to be honest, the only Bitcoin I know is me. Like, the only person that I could possibly invest in, the only stock and, what do you call them? Whatever, investment options is me. Like, I can't see anything that's returning at a million X. And so I'm going to continue to reinvest in myself because I do believe that Gage Green Group, as an internationally recognized brand, is worth at least $1 billion. And then what was the second part to the question besides
the community, just basically you're profiting over community, but let's get into it. I don't want to sit there and tell everybody what I see you've done to the community, but speak about what you do in the community. Cause I've seen you at these events, and, you're not making money at a lot of these events. Sometimes, some of them you are. We never lose money,
right? I'll say that. So like, while I don't maximize my profits, I am not a loss generating endeavor. We always pay our bills. We don't owe anyone money, and we are incredibly successful. But we do spend most of our money. I will say though, on the other hand, in terms of community, like criticizing me is not good. Because like, feel free to live as you so choose. Make me your target or your punching bag. I'm here to show nothing but utmost love to everyone. But at the same time, I do have to stand up for my shit. There's certain people that aren't in my community, and thus they might not feel like I support community, but the people in my community feel my love. Common unity, community. To me, I build my community off of those that I find common unity with. Cousin here, for example, is part of my community. A lot of the people I see in the comments are a part of my community. We share unity in common knowledge, common science, common practices. I don't see community with people like Zoo City Trees who are filled with hatred and use logical fallacies in their arguments, ad hominems, and basically just weak arguments, people that I really don't associate with. My community is in winners. My community is in the organic growers. My community is in people who are maximizing health and prosperity for themselves. And so amongst those that are seeking to better themselves, we have a lot of community. And I am constantly gifting and sharing, and like cousin, like what's mine is yours. My wealth of access to herbs and genetics is yours, and most of the people around me have that same privilege. Those that abuse and misuse those around them, they're not allowed around here, and they know who they are. So that's that. I mean, like, we have wonderful community, and I guess the people that aren't a part of it, I like to welcome you in. If you're about prosperity and health and bettering the community, because everything I do is for the community, then you're welcome here. I don't know what else to say. It's very easy to come up with rumors and lies and hate speech, and make racist jokes about someone. But at the end of the day, if you're about your truth, you're in our community, and we know who we are. So we don't need that kind of validation from someone in the comment section. But yeah, appreciate you, cousin.
Well, you're here. You're I appreciate you coming on, whoever that I have on, and yeah, you can say what you want, and speak up for yourself.
It's interesting that we live in a day. Yeah. Oh, like the point I was going to make was, like, we live in a time where people are becoming more aware that just because somebody in the comment section or the media or the propaganda machine says something, it doesn't mean it's true, and that we have to base our truth off of how we feel and the actions.
Well, yeah, actions speak louder than words. I think you're paused. I think we may have lost you. Are you there? He's frozen mid-sentence. Anyhow, what is your thoughts and intentions with things in life, my friends? That's right. Zoo City says you wipe your ass and put your pants one leg at a time, just like all of us. You're not greater than anyone. And that's not the vibe I get from Mr. FANG, Mr. Zoo Cities. I believe he's trying to separate himself from the crowd, so to speak, no doubt. But I the perception you have is not the one I have, my friend. Yeah. I owe nothing to anyone other than what is given back to me by them. And that is just some straight friendship. Yeah, come on in, cousin. Let's see. He's back. That's right. That was interesting to say the least. Thank you for an entertaining morning. Yeah, me either. Make has good intentions. Yeah. Hey, he's back. So you're basically think you're living whatever. Yeah. So I was saying while you were gone that whatever, everybody has their intentions, and your intentions were to separate yourself from the pack, so to speak. But I don't see much. What you're doing with the organic cup and bringing, you're taking it upon yourself to spend the time, energy, and money to bring the community together through these events that you're calling the Organic Cup and the Third Eye Gathering, and trying to share with them just what you're talking about, this art or experience that we have at these events. And that's just what these are. And I see no shame in trying to raise it to a level or upper echelon, so to speak. And whatever. I think a lot of these points of the value that you place on these that are being misconstrued, that the idea behind it is a principle, so to speak, and it's not necessarily to alienate anybody from growing the plant. In fact, again, you've handed out many seeds of your genetics at these events, and there is a reason, and there's thought and intention behind it. And I'm not really trying. I mean, I'll stick up for you in the sense that I like you, and I just try to clarify things. But you can speak for yourself. But anybody that's been around here in Michigan in these events the last year that Michael has put on, then it's nothing but a positive step forward for the plant, the community, and whatever this guy does with his brand, and value it to his own. Don't fucking buy it.
There should be a platform for everyone.
I'm not going to buy your $10 million clone. Sorry, I can't afford it. But if it's certainly like
you get that shit for free.
Yeah, I could get it for free because I'm Cousin Nikolai. But anyhow, fuck it, man. Intention is here to talk about the plant. We're talking about the plant. Zoo City, I hope you do great things. I'm sure you're a master grower yourself or whatever. That's great. There are a dime a dozen on Instagram. Who can I fuck, man? So many great growers, and there's so many breeders now. How are you going to stand out? Good luck. I don't know. I better get a marketing team, or just give away your seeds, or sell them for $20. I can't make a living. I can't make a living selling.
My shit, knock it off.
Yeah, right. Can I do that?
It's work.
Right, it's work. Fuck. Anyhow, but what was I going to say?
I do think that there's kind of like water and oil, money and weed, and it's like, wait, but it's such an intricate part of it, and so many people got into it so that they can earn a living and not have to buy weed, and so it's all rooted in economics. Yet they're so in such deep rooted self denial that they can't balance the fact that they got to juggle money with the product they make, let alone be able to sell it for 10x or 1000x. And it just is incomprehensible for the people that are struggling to comprehend basic concepts. But to me, it's the beauty is in the yin and the yang, and seeing the harmony, and being the emulsifier that combines the water and the oil so that it creates beautiful lotion so that you can apply it to your skin and not feel like you're slathering yourself with fucking petroleum. I'm just saying, like, there's just so much beauty in everything being able to be combined. And when I look at Ferrari, and when I look at Damien Hirst, and when I look at Virgil Abloh, and these are like in Picasso, these are my inspirations. Like, I am not inspired by I don't want to go into it. And so to me, like, I want to see elevation in this industry. Like, why do you think you get to sell your CPACs for 100 or 200? Because I fucking did that shit 10 years ago. You know what I mean? And I took the arrows. Like, you know, I was getting death threats when I raised my prices from 70 to 150, and then to 150 to 250, and then from 250 to 1,000, and then from 1,000 to 11,500. That's how this works. Someone has to do it first, and everyone else who's just too scared to even like say they make money when it's like are forgetting how this country was fucking built to begin with, and are letting it crumble because they want to give their shit to some fucking child factory or some human trafficker, when we got motherfuckers here that are putting in the work. And so, respect the grind. There are very few people that have been able to create so much value out of 9 lives. So give me a break, and let's just redefine what we believe is craft, what we believe our people are worth. Our growers, I believe all of us are undervalued. We're competing against warehouse grows ran by fucking temp workers and machine trim shit. And you're fucking trying to price your shit with them because you got no fucking spine. And so it's like, when you're talking shit about someone who's got one, who's not only put his shit together, but he's also redefining and creating a whole new perspective on the game. A whole new perspective. One that you've never even comprehended before. Speak these words into existence. $400 gram. Speak these words into existence. $1,000 gram. Speak these words into existence. $10,000 ounce. Yes, you hear it for the first time right here. All right? So don't talk to me about some no fucking $10 million clone. You ain't heard shit. You ain't been around these conversations. You ain't grown the weed, and you ain't doing nothing. That's just my opinion, all due respect. And if we put our love into this craft, put perhaps American cannabis or craft cannabis, let's drop the borders, but craft organic cannabis can be valued for what it's worth, not less than the market rate, but way more. I mean, like, you go to an organic section that's at least 2x. Motherfuckers out here are dying, they ain't getting 2x. Nobody even knows what organic cannabis is. So you know what I mean? Like, don't tell me it's not about money. Don't tell me that there's no community. Like, this is all very intentional. This is all with a purpose. Don't run around talking shit about Mike selling seeds for $10,000 when you're selling packs for $200. The only reason why you're selling packs for $200 was because I moved my shit up. Get it? Damn, motherfuckers are slow.
And let the silence sink in. Zoo
Stolen
City.
future in this game. Yeah, I got the premonition. Cultivating stolen flame. Yeah, I think the inner vision. Heaven on earth, please shine down. Eternal intuition. From the roots to the skies, paradise, the final mission. We got deeper roots, don't fuck.
So the Lily Garros and this, what was the other dude's name? Zoo City Trees. They're certainly riding the wave of the comments here. There's certainly.
I love my
they're getting
buddy
there.
Zoo City. Thanks for putting me on the path to be able to speak my truth and just to be able to,
To each is his own. He can say what
be
he
smart.
wants. He can say what he wants. It all
Yeah, no,
shows.
I love
It
the
really
brother,
does
man.
show our colors now, doesn't it? It does show our colors.
Yeah, no, I mean, we do need, that's why I made a post on Facebook. I really thank my adversity and I thank my opposition. And I'm truly, truly grateful for every struggle, whether it be the police or the whatever, corporate raiders and everything, because it's made me tougher. It's made me really strong. I've seen more pages and contracts than anybody I know. I've read them all. I am now an expert operating agreement master. I'm better than most lawyers. I'm an expert at trademark law. Like, thank God, because I just got many, many college degrees in the last few years, just standing for my own truth, and so it's like, I'm truly, truly grateful for the adversity, because it is the fire that lights the flame that allows me to kind of put my best work forward. So,
Well, you strive for excellence, then keep striving for it. Definitely. It doesn't seem like you're slacking off any. As they say, cousin, if they're hating on you, you're doing something right, or something.
and likewise, cousin, you put in a lot of work, and I know it's you are really dedicated to your craft as well, and I love the content and I love the dedication, and I see this going incredible to like great heights, and I think that as we all progress and grow as people and in this industry, I mean, I see infinite, limitless potential for all of us. And I believe that message of prosperity and abundance is the message and is the truth. And I'm so grateful that there's so many people around me that aren't afraid to speak and to stand up for what's right and to, promote this new wave. It's the old wave is over. I think that's what I was saying when my phone had died. But I was saying, like, I think people are waking up to what's real, and I think that we're tired of just hearing people's opinions that don't matter. The haters, it's just not a vibe anymore. That like the future is people who are intellectual and recognize the difference between like fact and propaganda. Look, just social media is evidence of that. And so I'm grateful to be alive today and to be part of this movement. And I really hope to see people continue to grow organically and spread the love. And thanks for standing by my side. I know, like, for the people that are around me, it's got to be hard to see the thousands of arrows that get shot at over here, like, and the haters, like, but I am super grateful for everyone who stands by my side and continues to just speak their own truth. I mean, like, that's all I need, question everything. I'm just, and I'm not perfect, but I'm grateful for the support, and so thanks everyone for allowing me to be here and allowing me, keep the roof over my head and keeping our team fed. I'm truly grateful.
That's right. Go ahead. Just keep doing you, Michael. That's all you can do. That's it. Anyhow.
Yeah. No, this has been fun though. Like,
what?
T-Dog came on, and it's a good one.
This dude says you don't care about the fucking home grower, and somebody said make those packs affordable for the home growers. I think you do have some affordable packs, don't you? Or at least there's somebody on your thing. What's affordable?
Yeah, or you
What's
can get it
affordable?
from Thug Pug.
How about you guys jump on the game show, most excellent game show, Whirl of Fun, and we'll win a pack. You can win a pack. I'll
Thug
get
Pug's
my
got my pack for on the low.
Thug Pug. He's got all your genetics on the low.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't there somebody called Copycat
Discount.
Genetics?
That's my discount brand.
There's your discount
No,
brand.
that one's expensive.
I can't get affiliate ship with him, so I won't promote him. And that's for profit, guys, so I can stay in business.
So what I will say is, like, the Deeper Roots is a $200 pack. We do have strains that are $100 pack. Many that have recently been available. Just to make certain genetics available at a lower price point doesn't mean they're not excellent. But we also drop packs at 11,000, 7,000, 3,000, 4,000. People like it, so why would I stop? But at the in the same token, or I guess I don't even know. My figures of speech are all like that.
Hey, where's the Sorry, this guy's that really irritated me now. The Zoo City Threes. Where are you from, cousin? I'm calling you out right now, Zoo City Threes. Where are you from, cousin? What state you reside in? What's your story, cousin? How old are you? Are you in high school still? How old are you, cousin? Talk to me. It's your cousin Nikolai looking at you. Where are you at, cousin? What's your story? I don't have time. You're from Michigan. Oh, are you? You should come out to the events, cousin. Yes, Kalamazoo.
Amy says you should bring him on.
Come on. You have something to share that's not just. I mean, we can talk about something other than Michael. I've met you.
Of course we've met you, dude. You're just.
Wait. I'm not trying to pick a fight. I don't want to do it like that. I don't want to get on. I'm not trying. I've met you.
Everyone.
Well, that's okay. But I mean, no, like he called you a piece of shit, and I just didn't care for that in the comments. And I just want to know exactly what's your problem. Why you don't like that he charges a lot, or did you have a problem with Michael? Did he fuck your girlfriend? Sorry, that was uncalled for. But no, seriously, like, what's going on? The Cousin Nikolai thing is embarrassing. Mocking foreigner immigrants. Cousin, I come from the old country. My whole family is, I'm not mocking anyone. My family is all a part of this persona. All right? Not funny at all. I don't expect it to always be funny, cousin. But you don't know me. You don't know my family. You don't know Uncle Dushan. You don't know Victor. You don't know my cousins. Zoo City, you've met me, cousin? Because most people I've met at the festivals, I've had good interactions with. So that's how you find us today? You already know me? He called one of the best breeders in the Midwest a piece of shit. Well, he's just kind of being rude, I thought. Piece of shit. Okay, laugh out loud. No, Zoo City, where we met. No, sorry, Michael. Really. He's spent a lot of time in the comments here. A lot of people have interacted with him. I'm just curious. And he has a friend, a cohort here. What's their name? Lily Grows. Where are you from, Lily Grows? You still there? You guys have been hanging out with us for quite a while. I appreciate that. It makes the algorithm jump up. You know? That's right. Funky Fingers Farms joins. I can afford anything, but that's the comment. I can afford anything he has, even the $10 million clone, but won't support a narcissistic piece of shit. Really don't see the narcissism here. Usually you find out narcissism when you're in a deep relationship with someone and they manipulate you. I don't feel as though I'm being manipulated by this guy they call FANG. But we appreciate... Anyhow, I want some answers here. I got this Cannabis Kitchen 586. Not funny at all. He doesn't like me now either. But, he called one. Okay, I like you, cousin. Well, Zoo City. Listen, Zoo City says it.
Take a shot at Gatorade.
At who? Nobody takes shots at anyone. Come on, I'm trying to diffuse situation. Fucking A. Jesus Christ.
I'm talking about haterade. They're on that haterade.
Dude, it seems like, well, come on, guys. Let's try to change the fucking world. They're blowing up the world. We might just see fucking nukes in our lifetime. Do you see what's going on? Can we not just fucking...
Hopefully they hit Cannabis Kitchen first.
Oh, stop. Stop it. No, really. No. It's really... I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I love cannabis.
Well, listen, I mean, everybody, really, the old
He looks
cousin
like
Nico likes to knock
a
people's teeth
really
out. But anyhow,
incredible human being.
listen, everybody has an ugly side to themselves, and usually it's there to defend yourself. So let's keep the ego out of it, everyone. Come on. Anyhow, I just wanted to know where our cannabis cousins are here. I mean, let's end it on a good. I'm just getting through some of the comments. Yeah, I wanted to know where you were from, Zoo City. Let's meet up and we will see. Meet me on West Main. What? Who's fight? Somebody wants to fight now? I'm growing forest from FANG right now, and it will be put up against. That's cool. Let's meet. Who's at? Somebody threatening someone? Did I miss something? Oh my God! Don't let it go this way. Doesn't like my accent. There's no place for actual bullying. Yeah. Okay. Northern California, Lily Gross from the NorCal. He must know a little bit of your history, probably, then, Michael. Mike, speak on behalf of your approach to now. We're not going to talk about the organic growing today. We're going to talk about all this bullshit. Mike left. We lost Michael. Let's meet. All right. All right. Don't tell me what to do. Let's see who's better not fighting. Who's better not fighting. All right, guys, FANG. We're going to change the world with 10 million cuts and 7,000 seed packs, Nikolai. I don't know about that, but we're certainly going to get some attention now. Annoying as fuck. Right. If I had to listen to my regular voice, you wouldn't like that either. That's right. Going through the comments, they're after me now.
No, I know, it's funny. The hater culture is really whack in
this Cannabis Kitchen. He must drink. I imagine you drink at night. Cannabis Kitchen, do you drink? Do you do the drink? Do you like the vodka? We're gonna, yeah.
Yeah, it's not, the vibe that you get at events where you just can't help but smile because the energy is so strong, and it's such a good vibe. Like, I don't get that in the comment section. I don't see that energy from our people in the comment section. And for some reason, it's like, and I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but what I see a lot more of is like this hater culture, like this. I got 3 troll pages, that like 2 meme pages, and I'm like here to just like make fun of people, like as a part of entertainment. Like TMZ is the new culture that we need to bring into cannabis right now. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it's the South Park Family Guy vibe, but it's like, it doesn't, to me, it never made sense to me. Like, the tearing down anybody for anything whatsoever doesn't make sense. Going into someone else's comment section to say anything but utmost respect never made sense to me. To make a post about someone else that's not yourself, that has not done or doesn't even fucking know you, does not make sense to me. And I think that culture needs to stop. That's just lame. It's fucking whack. And it's not the vibe.
It's not
gonna make you money, and it's not gonna help you get anywhere near any of this. So I just had to say that.
Made me lose my train of thought, but yeah, I've grown tired of it all. That's what I was going to say. It's a lower frequency of vibration, and in fact, I'm not even vibrating on that level, so I can't even communicate with you at this point. I've lost the ability to communicate with that frequency. Tuning out. Yeah, all right, guys. Well, thanks for following along, everybody. We all know how you feel about the Michael FANG. You either love him or hate him. That's right. You either like me or not. Give a fuck. And I'm just trying to bring something different to the cannabis space myself, and everything just seems so boring when I get on everybody's page and they show me pictures or do the same thing. So yeah, I decided to do something different myself, and it's turned into a bit of a fairy tale, fuckers. That's right, Cousin Nikolai. If you do not know, I'm Slavic. I'm Russian, Ukrainian, Serbian, and Greek. I'm a lover and a fighter, my friends. That's right. Grandfather come from Minsk. Grandmama come from the Ukraine. The other side of the family is from Serbia. And thank God we have a bit of the Mediterranean love of the Greeks in there. So yeah, this is a culmination of personalities. And a whole lot of culture from the family and that. So yeah, thank you, Uncle Dushan, back in old country. You know who you are. All right, so yeah, let's wrap it up because I've grown tired of this conversation. And yeah, so I'm just gonna, I don't even know if I want to do my unboxing now. What time is it? It's going 12:50. Fuck, this has been a long one. What time is it? Wow. Yeah, that's it. More mocking immigrants. I'm not mocking immigrants, cousin. My whole family's from the old country. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's always been a solid family. Anyhow, all right, guys. Thank you, my friends. Let's wrap it up. As usual, if you like what Cousin Nikolai is doing, big thumbs up, comment below. Let me know you're out there, all right? All right, this one's working fine, me cousin. Thank you. All right, guys. As usual, stay tuned for more. Thanks, cousin. Bye for now. All right, I'll leave you with my friend's band, the Rockstead Band, guys, from the Graham, Cincinnati, Ohio. Some good vibes for you guys. Here it is. This one's going out to the Zoo City and all them guys out there. Who else hates? Let's see. The Cannabis Kitchen. This one goes out to you, cousin. I am myself. You should hang out. You'll get a kick out of me. All right. Bye for now. All right. I appreciate all the comments on Facebook and YouTube, guys. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. On the Facebook and YouTube. Thank you. All right. Yeah, you guys are still on the gram. I see you should go... You guys should go to Facebook and YouTube and see full production value of studio and the behind-the-scenes camera. Oh, it's off.
We bring nothing short of a good time. So let's ride. We got people to satisfy. But the voices in the shadows, they echo. Everybody stops and stares at what we do, but we stay true. You don't have to understand, 'cause it's my heart. So be gone with your bad vibes. This life's a state of mind.